You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Witchy one-shot. Thank you, everybody, for being here with me. Yay! We have a very special stream today for everybody. We are doing a Witchy one-shot that is going to be for charity. All of the interactivity tonight will be donated to the Center for Human Rights in Iran. I'm going to get more to that later. And I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves first before we get into the business for tonight. So let's start with Lindsey.
My real name?
So yeah, give your real name, your pronouns, and then give your character name, character pronouns, and your racing class.
Okay. I'm Lindsey Reckis, she, her, and my character is Rain Goodshadow, a tiefling inquisitive rogue, pronouns she, her also.
Hi, I'm Saige Ryan, and I am playing Vyra. Vyra is a Yuan-Ti Circle of the Stars druid, and she uses she/they pronouns.
Cate?
Hi, everybody. I'm Cate Osborn. You can call me Catesaurus. My pronouns are she/they. I'm going to be playing Millie Ravencastle, who is a Tabaxi sorcerer, and her pronouns are she/her.
Hey guys, Kari Lee Cartwright, she/they. I don't even know what's happening, you guys. Big surprise. And I'm playing a character just called Zefani. And Zefani is a Lightfoot halfling druid person, but doesn't like to be categorized.
I love it.
Hello, I am Katie Michels, she, her. I'm playing Reggie Rexford, a human woman, as it says on my card. Also a bard, College of Glamour, but really we could just focus on human woman.
College of Glamour?
Both, she, her, me and Reggie.
All right, so we are here at the Two Kings Entertainment. We love being here on the stage, and you can check out their stream on twitch.tv/DAT Network for their fun TTRPG shows, or you can go to twokingsfilm.com to see more about the packages that they offer. And we are supported by the folks on Patreon, as well as the interactivity here. You can go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun. There we post cast secrets. We did recently some videos of us leveling up our characters the next time we return to our main campaign, as well as monster stat blocks. And Adam has a special series called Slay or TPK, where he rates people's what they're wearing, right? Yeah, so check out Slayer TPK. And if you're at our lowest tier, you get access to our close friends list on Instagram, where we're posting BTS from the studio here. All right, so we have some new things for interactivity tonight because this is a Halloween one-shot. So instead of our normal interactivity tonight, you will still be able to donate advantages or disadvantages to any of the players. And to do so, there is a link in our About page where you can click on, or you can hit a command, donate, or command. I think there's a couple commands. One of our mods can help you out as well. The additions that we have tonight. For $10, you can purchase a Witchy cackle. And when I receive that, we will all have to stop everything and collectively do a Witchy cackle. For $40, you can buy a monologue, and you can choose any of the folks at the table, including myself, to do a monologue instantly in the story wherever we are. Wow. And for $100, you purchase a Wild Magic Surge. You also choose who you'd like that to go to, and we'll have to roll on the Sorcerer's Wild Magic table and do that immediately. Oh. So, oh my God, we have a Witchy cackle from
What?
Gamer Realm.
Yes.
Okay.
I still squeak. The Witchy cackle involves hands, is what I've noticed.
Everyone
Yeah.
Thank you, Gamer Realm, so much for that cackle. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, and again, any of these interactivity purchases will be donated towards the Center for Human Rights in Iran. They are an incredible organization helping the women of Iran right now as they are fighting for their freedom and their human rights against decades of oppression. And we are so happy to be able to help support them right now. If you want to learn more, please go to iranhumanrights.org, and we will also be posting a link on how you can donate outside of our show if you'd like to do that under the YouTube link when we release on Friday.
Yay! Hey, Jess.
Whew, yeah, that
You nailed it. How
Okay.
you feeling, Jess?
I'm feeling good. I'm a little nervous. As some of you know, this is my very first time DMing on camera. And one of my, I have not DM'd very much before otherwise, but I am surrounded by awesome players, and I know we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Our adventure begins on a cold October morning, just a few days before the Hallows Festival. The chill in the air is the first you're feeling of the year. Thank God, after a long, warm summer, very warm summer. It's darker than usual out. The clouds are thick, casting a dark gray light over your surroundings. And the thick fog that usually is burned off by the sun by now is still hanging thick in front of you. And as you walk, you're trying to clear your vision, and it's almost like you're wiping aside cobwebs as you go. And you're all together. You've been traveling together for a few weeks now, kind of working together to gather coin. And so far you work well together. There's been much coin to be made, but you've kind of found yourselves in the middle of nowhere, and the fog isn't helping. And then suddenly, out of the fog appears a wooden sign that says Crooked Craw. The R has been scratched out and redrawn a few times, but it says Crooked Craw. Beyond the sign, the mist thins, and you can see the edges of a village, and you hear the distant shouting of a crowd. You look to each other silently and nod, as if to say, yeah, I think this is the next place we could barter our adventuring skills for some coin. And you make your way towards the center of the town. As you get nearer and nearer, you hear an angry crowd. They're yelling up at what appears to be a raised platform with 3 women who are tied to posts. And you hear, "Burn the witch! Burn the witch! She's killing our children! All the children in the village are going to die! She turned me into a newt! Well, how did you get turned back from a newt then? What? Oh, she turned me into a newt! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!"
I grab onto the side of your sleeve and I just go, so do we wait to fight or do we start fighting?
Let's wait. Let's stay hidden.
And Vyra's hands are already like pulsing with fire that she's literally like squeezes back and like, sure, yeah, right. But we could just do it.
Ladies, I've seen this a million times. It's a classic situation, okay?
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just sort of enjoying the moment.
It's fine. Listen, they're on the stage. Someone wants attention. If there's witches, but chances are there's no witches up there, right? And if there are, they're not up there for that reason. Someone put them up there because they want attention. We all just want attention.
Okay, I would love to go give them that attention.
No,
That's great.
I'm
I
saying
got
that-
it. No problem.
Would anybody like to touch my fancy stones before for good luck?
Yes, dear, I'll touch
Yeah, give me a
the
touch.
stones.
Well, there you go. Oh, yes,
Touch
so
the
that's
stones.
okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Can you describe to us what you look like now that we have these lovely character introductions? Let's start with Saige.
Yeah, Vyra is humanoid with scales that fill in certain like hollows of where you would naturally see shadows on her body. They go under her collarbone and under her cheekbones, and they're deep shades of green and black. Her hair follows a very similar colorway. It starts at a black root and fades down to a green that goes about down to her waist. And she wears pretty light clothing that's rather strappy but looks worn and tattered as if she is always ready to be in a swift movement. And is currently in real puffed up battle stance. Small but angry.
And you grabbed onto Rain here. Rain, what do you look like?
So I look like a demon, but I'm trying very hard to calm that down and not come across aggressive because I'm not aggressive. So I do have horns, but I try to dress. I have dyed my hair to just be as calm to the eye as possible. Because some tieflings are fairies. I'm not. I'm a demon. But you could think of me as like your demon god sister.
Okay. And then Reggie, you butted in. So what do you look like?
Oh, I am very leathered and tan. My hands really tell a story with every vein that pops out of them.
Oh, yeah.
My eyes are pretty red, though I'm constantly putting eye drops in them to lube them up. And my skin is shockingly smooth on my face. It uncharacteristic of my hand story that it's telling. So there's something going on there. We don't need to talk about it. I'm of an average height, a 5'5" woman. Hair. Human woman, just to be clear. Yes, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Seems to be questions. Hair is a little unkempt, but clearly dyed, a jet black with quite gray roots sticking out. That's all you need to know.
And you also came in with your crystals, Zefani. What do you look like?
Yeah, so, excuse me. I'm just really feeling the energy in here and it feels really good. Just, guidance. I really like to wear my hair quite natural and long. My tendrils go down to about here. And it's like blonde with like some red, kind of like sun-kissed splotches. It's very natural though. I have a nose ring that I really like to wear just to kind of jazz it up. My eyes are just bright, bright green. They're like amazing. Kind of like yours, except yours are blue. Green? Okay.
And Millie?
Yes.
Finally.
Oh, yes. Well, the first thing you notice about Millie Ravencastle is her green eyes that sort of stare off in the middle distance, and just large ears that poke out because she is in fact a tabaxi. But perhaps even more than that is what Millie is wearing, which is, of course, a robe that belies the fact that she's probably murdered at least 4 or 5 husbands along the way. Of course, they weren't able to pin anything down on her, of course. That would be ridiculous. But she's wearing that, and she's wearing shockingly practical boots underneath the robe. She's clearly thought about this, and inside the robe are just some lumpy pockets. Just very lumpy, very, it's clear that Millie's something of a collector. And, yes, that's me.
Oh, lumpy pockets, that's what we call her.
Oh, yes, I detest it.
Well, it seems we have quite a few monologues that have come in.
Oh, gosh.
And, yeah, it's quite a few. So, what I'm going to do...
Should we say them all at once?
Ready? Go! I'm going to give them just a second so that these monologues are a little juicier for you all. I'm going to give them a little more context in the story, and then we'll have them launch into their monologues. But we do have a wild magic surge for me from City Racing Girl. So let's see how this is going to affect the story. We also have a wild magic surge from Lesbian Wolf for Ms. Reggie.
Okay.
So let's both roll our D100 and see what we got. See what we're starting with. Okay, so I rolled a 19. Wait, is that a 9? Yeah, 19.
I rolled a 90.
A 90 even. Okay, so let's do you first. Oh, this is good. Okay, you become invisible for the next minute. During that time, other creatures can't hear you, and the invisibility ends if you attack or cast a spell. So, We'll play that once we get back into the
Amazing.
story. And with a 19, you cast Grease centered on yourself. So, the next NPC that was going to enter the story is a very portly man. He is standing up on this raised platform in front of the women, and he's yelling, "Please be quiet, everyone! We're getting conflicting information. I can't hear all of you talk at once. How will we know who to convict?" And you see this very, very fat man with a top hat slip on a pile of grease that has suddenly appeared in front of him. And he slips and tumbles all the way down off this platform and into the crowd.
Oh.
Which has now begun to part because as we all heard the descriptions of what you all look like, and now we've heard what you sound like, you're not from around here. This is a village of mostly humans, although there are other folks who live here as well, but they're just country folk, and you all are not country folk. So they actually start to look your way and notice you, except for you, because you're invisible.
Has anybody seen
The one
Reggie? No?
No. Can I talk?
You can talk, but no one can hear you.
Oh. I'm like,
Oh. Well,
But I will need you to do a monologue, though, actually.
then no one can hear.
I'm right here. Okay,
From
here's the,
Borkware. This is from Borkware, thank you.
here's the plan, ladies. Listen up. Girls, listen up.
No one's looking at you.
Ladies. Okay. I don't need to gender you. My friends. Hello. Okay, listen. Here's what the plan is. Clearly that man who fell off of the stage needs attention. He's clearly not practiced in the art of performing, which we all are. We've done it many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up there. I'm going to have a conversation with him, see what the hubbub is about. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And then you, if you want, can fight. Don't ignore me. Listen, I know my last plan in the last town didn't go as we had hoped, and yes, we cannot go back there for a while.
Your group has given up on trying to find you, thinking that you've probably just filtered into the crowd, and they've started to move away from you as you're monologuing.
Well, technically, Reggie is the one who said that I couldn't go in and kill them. So now that Reggie's not here, I don't see any reason.
I
why
just
can't
said that you
go in
could.
and stop the man.
Vyra, you also have a monologue. If you could tell us a little bit more about that plan you're about to explain. And that comes from OB098. Thank you.
Great. How close am I to the man who was yelling that he got turned into a newt?
You're right next to him.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Once again, grabbing someone by their clothing and pulls him into my face, and I go, "I beg your absolute pardon. What makes you think you were turned into a newt? I sure seem to see lots of hands and feet and toes and all kinds of things that newts don't see. But what I do see is two women up there burning for nothing. How can I help you, sir? What is it that you might need today? I've been told that you might need a lot of attention, and I have so much attention to give, and I don't think you're going to like the type that it is. If you're afraid of witches, I'm afraid I'm about to make that a whole lot worse for you. You haven't seen what you are afraid of yet, and I would love to show you."
He is scared and trembling in your grasp. Okay, she didn't turn me into a newt.
Oh,
but I
that's
guess
very
I
interesting.
could.
Oh, you bet she could. I would bet that almost any one of us could. And I honestly regret that she didn't.
And then you hear the mayor getting up. Who are you then? Oh,
Hello.
outsiders.
Guidance.
Welcome to Crooked Craw. Well, I think I have a solution. And he wobbles his way back up onto the platform. Oh my God, we have so many things.
Happy Halloween. Okay, a monologue is only 3 sentences or more, right?
Yeah.
We could just cut it off.
Okay, so I have 3 wild magic surges that I need to do.
Wow.
3 wild magic surges from Fenderil. This mayor is gonna get it good. Okay. All right. Okay, the first one is a 24. So the mayor's skin suddenly turns a vibrant shade of blue. That's our first wild magic effect.
Willy Wonka.
And he'll freak out shortly.
It's very beautiful.
The next one is a 74, so that is a random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours. Newt Boy.
Yeah.
Newt Boy gets poisoned.
I
Newt
was
Boy
hoping so, as the snake holding him.
starts to, And then the third wild magic surge happens, and that is a 94. Lots of fours tonight. And your size increases by 1 size category for the next minute. Okay, so I'm also going to do, I have 2 monologues from Fenderil, so I'm going to do one. Thank you, Fenderil, for all of your support. So the mayor has clambered his way back onto the stage. He is suddenly bright blue and growing in size. Oh no, what's happening? It's the witches! They're doing this to me! Oh no! We need a solution! Please, please, please! He starts grasping out towards you. You're from outside. Everybody has a different story.
Everybody listen up. I'm up on stage, but I'm assuming no one can hear me still at this point.
The 1 minute is just about to run out. You have like 10 seconds.
Hello! Reggie, what has happened to your performance abilities?
Where did
Who are you? Get down. And he shoves you off of the platform gently. Please, no one on the platform unless you want to be bewitched like me. I need your help, please. Everybody has a different story of what's happening to the children in this town, and you, as outsiders, might be able to investigate, huh? How about that crowd? And you can see he's trying to make the crowd. He wants to be likable by this crowd, and he's grasping for any solution. So I'm going to launch into that monologue. This is the first one to Fenderil, so we'll keep the other one for now. Everybody, I have a solution. They don't know the witches. They don't know anybody else in town. They can go around and talk to everyone, get their side of the story, and then at dusk, we will have an answer. How about that? Doesn't fall to me anymore, now does it? No. What say you? We can offer you a coin. Lodging, or anything you like, really.
Well, as it happens, we are, and Millie will look to the group, fine purveyors of solutions. But the real question is, well, why can't you solve the mystery yourself? I mean, I love a mystery, but it sounds fun.
Weak leadership.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to do it because if we do get in good with this mayor, perhaps we could settle down here. And he did mention coin.
You seem very stressed out. Would you like me to give you a sound bath? It might be good to calm these poor women that are tied up, too.
Oh yes, can we start with that, perhaps? If we're going to investigate, I don't necessarily think that they're guilty. Could we at least do them the decency of untying them?
Bring the women down.
No. Please. They will start a riot. They've been hurting the children of the village. Please, come with me. I will take you to the guard post. And I will explain everything.
I'm not going anywhere until these women aren't tied to stakes.
They can't. They're filling the children's eyes. And he's going to launch into a second monologue from Fenderil. They're turning the children's eyes to blood. Their hair is falling out. We have children who are on their deathbeds, and there's nothing we can do about it, and we are scared. We are scared of what's happening. There is dark necromancy happening, and it seems to be only targeting the youth, the young, the innocent. We need your help, and we need it quickly because our children are dying. Please.
I mold the earth and plant my feet. As she said, we're not leaving until the women are down. So, given that you said you're too incompetent to find out who it is that's doing this to your children, it is awfully odd that you do insist it's these 2 women. So do you have it solved or do you not?
I have questions.
We've narrowed it down to 3.
Is this your opening night of this performance, if you will? Because you should really offer some past refreshments. It's long, and it seems like you're a little nervous, which is fair.
Refreshments. Yes. You should come with me, and I will give you refreshments. Please, I will take the women down. I will take them down and bring them to their cells. And you may speak to them in their cells. How is that? Please.
Can the women speak for themselves?
Yes. When they're safely locked into their.
Oh, do they not have lines?
They will improvise later if you should choose to speak with them.
Talented women.
I
I
definitely
love
want to
it.
get to know them. I want to hear what they're thinking and how they're feeling right now.
So the mayor calls for his captain, Captain Marfit, who is a very statuesque blonde woman, and she's about 6'7" and sturdy gal.
Hello, Captain.
She marches in and starts to take the women down with the help of a lieutenant with her and bring the women down to what you can assume is the guard post.
I'll follow her.
Oh no, I sure hope I don't get arrested.
Excellent casting.
So you will follow me, and we have a wild magic surge for Kari, for Zefani, from OB098. So go ahead and roll.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what that is. So as you make your way, wherever you choose to go, this is going to happen to you.
Oh, I didn't decide which one. Let's that one landed first. 86.
86. Okay. You can cast Mirror Image. And I'm just going to say you can cast that whenever you want. So go ahead and look up that spell and feel free to use it whenever you'd like in this adventure. Thank you, Obi.
Thank you.
All right, so you need to choose where you're going to go next, and as you do so, Vyra is going to have a quick little monologue about what she wants to do. And that comes from a Kodu Roku, thank you.
Hello, Fedoroku.
Oh, I'm sorry, right before you do that. And another one. Those come from OB098 and Schwarky. Thank you so much for those witchy cackles. Okay, Vyra.
I would like. Oh, did he say what the woman who was letting the other women down's name was? The very tall.
Yes, you heard him call her Captain Marfit.
So Captain Marfit. So I'm just wondering. Obviously, there's a lot happening here in this town, and it seems like you would probably be much more reasonable than your very stressed out counterpart here. So you were kind enough to help the women down, and I was just wondering, like, is this maybe something that you could assist us on in being a part of the investigation? I think you'd probably be a great asset, right? I would think to all of us, if maybe you came along, you know the town better than the rest of us, so you should probably join us for hanging out or something. Drinks, an investigation, of course, the important things that we're assigned and tasked to do, but also maybe just like hanging out.
You can see that Captain Marfit is listening to you and directing her lieutenant Javin to take hold of the rest of the women and bring them to the guard post. I would most certainly be willing to speak to you, although I may not leave my post tonight, for as you can see, there's quite an angry crowd that I must keep at bay. But I am more than happy to allow the prisoners to speak to you individually in my office, if that should suffice. And once we reach my office, I would be willing to impart upon you my personal opinions, as it is pertinent to this investigation.
I'd love to hear your opinion.
I would really love that. I think it's okay in the room, but I'm gonna need to go like smudge it first. Is that cool?
She does that.
I'll be right back.
Just let her do her thing.
I think she's in character.
As we're like going to the office, can I roll an Arcana check to think about if I know if this sounds like any sort of like actual witchcraft that like a witch would do, or does this sound like something else?
And you're referring to what that you've heard?
The blood eyes and the youths.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have advantage from City Racing Girl.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Thank you, City Racing Girl. All right. The first one was a 19, and the second one was a 22.
Oh.
So, all right. Dirty 20 though.
Okay. Yes, so this is kind of what's happening from your experience hearing about witches and witchcraft and spells and dark things that have been happening, especially as a sorcerer yourself. Witches is a broad term, and it seems that these simple folk have been using the word witches to describe a very dark necromancy. Your understanding is that in order to make things like this happen, if it's true, it would require very dark magic. It would require sacrifice and a lot of forethought. This isn't just your casual run-of-the-mill magic.
Okay.
That's what you can glean. So, are you following Captain to the guard post?
Well, one other option is to go see the children. Do we want proof of anything that happened and see?
I really don't like children.
No, the mayor. I do believe the mayor who is run off to presumably fix why he's large and blue right now. It seems he's given you permission to talk to anybody you would like, and she's walking and talking and bringing you. I will say the children, you may get the parents' permission, of course, to speak to them, but they are, the ones who are ill are bedridden at the moment and unable to say much. Otherwise, we would have questioned them ourselves.
And you've seen this.
Yes.
You've seen the children.
Yes, I have with my own eyes. Yes.
Can I do a... Do you trust her?
What?
Are you lying to us?
No, I'm not lying.
Insight check?
Insight check.
Okay,
I would
roll
like to
insight
do an
check.
insight check.
Okay, so Rain, you have advantage from City Racing Girl.
Nice.
Thank you, girl. Okay. 18. I think it's probably even more than that.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's more than that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an inquisitive rogue. So, she's telling the truth. She has, from what you can tell, she's telling the truth. She's not trying to veil anything to you.
And what did you see exactly?
I saw children with no pupils and no iris, just simply red in their eyes, and I saw their skin turning purple and nails falling off, and it's a little bit different on every child, unfortunately. Javin, as she walks in to her office, and you see that this building is a small 3-room guardhouse, and the first room is open to the public and contains several desks and chairs staffed by guards writing reports, and then she leads you into her office, which has a large desk and a crudely drawn map of the town, which has little X's on it that is alluding to pranks by teens. You can see that there's not really that much happening in this town. And then you can see just beyond that there is a third room that is made into 3 jail cells, and Javin has just finished putting all of the women into the jail cells. Now, Javin, could you close the door for a moment? Thank you. If you want to know my opinion, I think that all 3 could be witches.
Why?
I have reasons to believe that there's paraphernalia in Elizabeth's house. Elizabeth is the youngest one you saw up on the platform. And you remember seeing there was a younger woman. She has dark hair, very simply dressed. She had circular glasses and was very quiet. She didn't really say much. And then I do believe that Isabel fits the psychological profile. Can't really
Could
say
you
anything beyond that.
elaborate on that?
She's cunning. She seems to be very cunning. She seems that she would be able to get away with something like this. And he describes the woman who is in the other side of the stage, and she was a middle-aged woman, very beautiful, long black hair, and dressed a bit more finely. And then she says, and Matilda, I can't say much on it. You'll have to do the investigating yourself so that I remain impartial, but Matilda has the motive. And then describes the third woman you saw on the platform, who was an elderly woman. But this woman, you could guess was maybe in her 70s, but looks good. She looks very good. She's very finely dressed, looks like she's very well taken care of, and she was standing very, very serenely, very primly, just kind of waiting for what was going to happen.
Well, if cunning makes you a witch, then I'm a witch.
Oh, yes.
We're also literal witches.
That's true.
Captain doesn't laugh. She just looks at you.
Very good.
We're joking.
How funny, joke. Who would you like to see first?
Let's maybe just bring them in an order that you described them.
That sounds really
I like that.
good.
Okay, all right. Javin, please bring in Elizabeth. And I will leave you to it. I have questioned them enough.
I saw that you had a cat boy. Could cat boy come in and bring us some tea? Some tea, cat boy.
Oh, cat boy.
Cat boy. Cat boy.
Yes.
Cat boy.
There is a cat in the garden post who comes up.
Hello, cat boy.
I would love some tea, cat boy. Where are you, cat boy?
I can refill your tea, yes, thank you. Yes. Does anyone else need a refill?
Hold on,
And
cat
as
boy,
this
thank you.
happens, We have a cackle
Rain
from
would like to.
Demo Nacho.
Join us in the cackle.
I'll be right.
Thank you so much, Demo Nacho.
Stage hand.
All right. And I do see we have another monologue, but I will wait just a moment to introduce that.
As soon as she leaves the room, as they're like going to get Elizabeth, she goes, "What a waste of being 6'7", right?"
She's a very strong body.
Yeah. Like imagine you get to be 6'7", almost 7 feet tall. How do you use it? I don't know, doing this?
What would you want her to do?
I'm not going to answer that right now.
I
I
have
didn't mean to put you on the
taught.
spot. I understand.
I
I
just-
understand.
it's-
I understand.
I'd climb a lot of things.
So I think that elaborates.
I do have a thought, though, if you'll forgive me. I like the energy that you're bringing to the room. I do. I love it. But perhaps, for just right now, we should ixnay on the itch way.
Octave.
Yes. I couldn't think of the last one.
That's
Thank you.
right. You just say lines.
I think that maybe, we don't necessarily have to come up with some sort of elaborate ruse, but so maybe we have a traveling detective agency.
Yes.
I just think the more magic and witchcraft we bring into this, the more suspicion and mistrust we're going to bring to the table, and we don't need that energy. You're right.
I
Yeah.
really
could you
love that.
perhaps could you do the thing? Could you do,
Sure, let's do it. Let's
be
clear this
gone.
out.
Did it work?
Away from my microphone.
Well, I personally feel like that works.
But what weird
good
little
job.
town has never seen magic?
Well, it's not that they probably haven't seen it. It's that they seem a bit mistrustful of the kind that causes scary, bloody eyes.
Are you ready for your first questioning? Hello. And there's this meek-looking lieutenant who's bringing in Elizabeth. He is mumbling to himself.
Sweetheart, Javin's, what's your name?
Javin,
Javin?
Lieutenant Javin. It's a young man. He's a skinny.
All right, sweetheart,
skinny guy.
after you bring her in, would you mind just getting us a round of tea? We've been on the road for a long time.
It's not my job description, but I suppose I can. Well, no, I'm supposed to stay here. And so stay here. And guard while you're questioning her.
Just very quickly.
You could guard
We
the
won't
drink
ask any
table.
questions while you're gone.
If you want to roll persuasion, you can do so
I do.
with advantage because let's see who gave this to you. Tepartos has given you advantage.
Thank you. I rolled a 19 plus.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Hold on.
That's going to be enough.
So it's a 24.
Yeah, it's over a 20.
Nailed
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Sweetheart,
okay,
you're a good boy. I can tell you're a good boy. Okay, you deserve a break. Why don't you take 5?
You know,
Get some tea yourself. Bring us a little tea.
She really loves it when people follow stage directions.
I would love a cuppa myself. Yes, this is so nice. All right, we'll just keep her in her bindings, or you should.
It's not our first time. We're a traveling detective agency.
Yes.
We're pros.
Oh, you didn't say so.
Yeah,
we did
pros.
Roll a deception check. City Racing Girl gives you advantage on that.
Okay, not as good.
And
Hold
also,
on, hold
you
on,
have a
deception?
monologue from City Racing Girl. If you could give us a little monologue on that deception of how you're detectives.
14.
You had advantage.
You gotta roll again.
Oh, I didn't do that. My hearing is not what it used to be. Okay, that is a nat 20. So,
Ooh. Okay, give us that monologue.
yes. See, we might not look like your average detective as you think of it, as your mayor is, I'm assuming, the closest thing you've seen to a detective, and that plum of a man is kind, but
Just looks
not...
blueberry.
He needs some notes. Okay. We are a diverse group of skills. All right? We all have specific things we do. We cannot divulge them to you. I divulge them to you because we have to keep secrets as detectives. You understand, right? And I'm going to give you a tip. This one's free. First one's free.
What?
This tip, You should have a secret. Always have a secret. You know what? Here, let me give you a tip. Put a rock in your shoe. It'll give you a limp. People will think you have a limp, and you'll become that character, okay? And there's a question there then, okay?
It could also double as your secret. That you have
Yes.
a rock in
You
your
have
shoe.
a rock in your shoe and a camera.
Well, if truth be told, I do have a secret.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you, but there would be a secret now,
We're
wouldn't it?
detectives.
Well,
You're
I don't
detectives.
think. I think the first secret. Tell us that one, so we make sure.
First one's free.
First one's free. So you to me. First one's free. Tell me, because I want to. You know what? Hold on. Let me tell you why. Because this is why. Because if you tell me, I can tell you if you're on the right track for having a secret. Yeah. Okay. Because honestly, I don't know. You're very young at this. You might not know how to have a secret.
It might not even sound like a
Yes.
secret.
Yeah, it might be a very
So-
bad secret.
You should let us
Oh
judge
God,
that.
what if it's a
We
bad
can
secret?
workshop
It's
it,
so
you know.
embarrassing.
It won't work.
We won't
And
let
then
you
Needs to
to
be
suffer
a
that.
juicy
There's
one.
years.
Right.
There's years of training that you're throwing down the drain.
We'll
then if
save you a
do
lot
that,
of
okay? So
embarrassment.
let's just. First one's free. Come back.
Okay. He says, sorry, I'm getting had a very specific request from one of our watchers, which I will honor. Well, all right then. Detectives.
Don't be nervous.
No.
With gusto. There's a rock in your shoe, and your first secret is.
I think it's Elizabeth because I think her mother is crazy, and I think she's making her mother crazy.
All right. Specific. Let's get. It's really important to be specific. Away. It's too general
gotta
and
know the
broad.
details of your own
Her
secret.
mother hasn't come out of the house in a very long time.
Okay.
And
Mother's name.
Ada.
Great.
And Ada used to be out in the village all the time, and now we never see her anymore. And people have heard whispers of her just of not recognizing anyone in the town.
All right. So you think Ada is being bewitched by her daughter?
Yes.
In a way.
Yes, I do.
Great.
It's a good secret.
That was an excellent secret. You should have
Okay.
kept that one to yourself.
Yeah, keep that to yourself forever going forward. Actually, tell it to no one.
Your shoe. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
But seriously, shut your mouth going forward. Don't say that to anyone else.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay?
Yes,
Zip
yes,
it forever?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Go.
Yes. All right. And before he leaves, he's going to bring Elizabeth into the room because he was in the process of doing that before he was taken to the side. So he will bring her into the room and shut you in with her. And she sits down in the chair and meekly looks down at her hands. And I think I have to roll on the wild. Do I have to roll on the kitty cat? Do I have a wild magic surge?
I think it's a monologue.
Just a monologue? Okay, it like went over to the side. Okay.
From Kulade.
Should we check? We should check. We should probably check her first before she speaks anything, right? I'm not saying she is anything. Check her
I can hear you.
I'm just saying, in case.
I'll put up a
I can
detect
still
magic.
hear you.
That's okay. We're here for exactly what you expect, but we're not part of what the town has done to you. So
We're independent.
and we're your best shot at the moment.
I heard Javin saying that my mother's crazy. It's not true. I'm just a seamstress. And I don't know why people are targeting me. There's no basis behind it. So I'll tell you anything you want to hear.
It's because you're quiet, and so you have an inherent secret, and they want to know it. I'm telling you, a secret is everything. We should all have one.
So I have a monologue from Kool-Aid, and they have requested that I give this monologue to the first witch being interrogated. So she will say, "Wait, here's the thing. I love alchemy. I'm an alchemist, and I love brewing potions and teas, and I have a lot of bottles and liquids and all sorts of baubles in my house, and people just get suspicious of that, and you can go to my house if you want to see, but there's nothing awry, I promise. Really, I'll tell you anything you want to know."
No, you are all right, darling. Here's my question for you. First off, I just want to be very clear. None of us suspect you.
Oh.
Yes, I speak for the group
Okay,
on
good.
this one.
Thank
I don't want to speak for the group, but I will anyway. But here's the...
I consent.
Yes, thank you. When did all of this start?
The children?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, it was just a little bit at a time, and then recently it started getting harsher and harsher, and more children started to take ill, and then of course people realize that this wasn't any ordinary sickness. This was something that much darker and sinister.
Sure.
Can I ask? So sorry. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 18.
You're 18, so you're definitely not a child. So maybe it's only affecting the children and not, well, I guess maybe once you're 18, it doesn't affect you.
It seems so, yes.
Okay.
Well, you're an alchemist. You have, understanding of magic and that sort of thing. Has anything strange been happening around town? Any untoward figures or anything like that?
No, I mean, I to be honest, I do keep mostly to myself, with my mother, and I don't really go out and socialize too much, but and not that I've seen, no.
You did say your mother was become a bit reclusive, which is fine. It happens sometimes. But have you noticed?
It hasn't Reggie yet.
You know, I'm outgoing for my age.
Honestly, getting more out there by the year.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Is your mother maybe like depressed or something?
Well, she has taken ill, it seems, or I don't really know how to explain it, but I've heard it called dementia, I think. She's not recognizing people anymore, and she's forgetting things, and people seem to think that's from my teas, but how could they think that I would do that to my own mother? I don't know.
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. I'll beat up the man who said that.
Thank you.
Yes,
so
darling.
mean.
Darling, look here. It is not your fault. You are an excellent daughter doing what you can with what you have, and we are all very proud of you.
Yes. I do have an additional question. Of course, we believe that you're not making anything troublesome. Alchemy is a perfectly valid form of science and magic. But the question is, what...
May I interrupt you with a wild magic search? If you can hold that thought for me, please, Saige.
Absolutely.
That comes from Obi. Thank you, Obi.
Hi, Obi. Okay, I have 80 even.
80 even?
Yeah, 80 flat.
Okay, let's see what that is. 80 flat is...
What happened to me?
Illusory butterflies and flower petals flutter in the air within 10 feet of you for the next minute.
Oh, this is kind of damaging my image a little bit, actually. Look, I promise, I'm still very intimidating. Just ignore the butterflies.
Don't snakes eat those?
That's a stereotype. Thank you very much.
So sorry.
I
would never want to do that.
It is so beautiful. I have to say, it's a great look for you. I really love this for you.
I do too.
Okay, it's tough with the intimidation is usually more of my. Okay, yes, the beautiful, the lovely. Great. Sorry, if you could just ignore. Set it down.
Millie is going insane, by the way, just like the whole time. It's just, this is all Millie can focus on now.
Okay, and I do have detect magic up while I am saying this.
Oh, I thought I heard you say that. Okay,
Yeah.
detect magic.
But
You are not sensing any magic.
great. What kind of potions do you brew? What are they for? What is your area of interest?
Just teas and salves and other little things like that. It's a hobby, really.
You're a healer.
I wish I was a healer. I'm working my way up towards that, but I use the herbs and plants from my garden.
Take it from Reggie. Specificity is key.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
And this was a little bit vague for us, and as people who are potentially going to have to be defending you to a city of people that want you burned, I'm going to need you to be a little more specific about the kinds of things that you like to make. What are you interested in? Is it just healing? Is it illusory? Is it transmutation in some way? Is it...
You really have to paint a picture.
Right. Tell me everything that you've made in the last few months.
Well, I can tell you that I work closely with Galadra. She's a botanist, and I'm sure that she's out and about in the city, and you could talk to her.
Okay.
She's an expert in botany, and we just create experimental concoctions. And to be quite frank, we don't really have much success with them at the moment. I can admit that I do hope to be a healer someday, so that I might be able to help my mother.
So what does happen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And it's safe to say
This story is too sad, so we're gonna need to put something else in there.
Well, do you want to roll insight
Yes.
check?
I'd like to roll, and we all believe you, but I just want to know, are you lying?
Wait, do you want to roll an intimidation check or a deception? Or an insight check?
Deception.
Insight.
I get
Insight.
aggressive sometimes. The demon comes out. Just perception.
Insight. Okay.
Insight.
check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna roll with advantage from Lesbian Wolf.
Okay. We're gonna need that. That's a 7. And that's another 7. So, but plus 6, so 13.
And what are you trying to determine?
I just want to find out if we can see anything that you're hiding. Or is there something that we need to pry out?
Well, what you can tell is that she does not appear to be choosing her words carefully.
Okay.
So you can tell.
Okay.
She seems to be easily telling you what she's saying.
Okay.
And because this is a question that inevitably will come up, have you given any of the children any potions, teas, or salves?
No.
Elizabeth, one more question. This is going to sound very funny, but has anyone disappeared recently or died or any, besides the children, of course?
Besides Reggie?
Besides Reggie.
What are you talking about? I'm not dead yet, ladies.
Well, up there on stage, it was
Oh, my performance wasn't that bad.
no, it was wonderful, darling.
I just thought you went to the
jest.
bathroom.
I don't know what's gone into you. I don't know what they're talking about.
Millie, if you could explain a little bit more, because you have a monologue from Forever Fish 96.
All right.
And
Millie,
then we also have from Chifrikas. Oh, it's not from Chifrikas. It was from Chifrikas. And we have another one from Ghostbusters CHRI.
I feel like all of you have been practicing cackling. I don't know.
Just every day, honey.
well, darling, I've been, how do you say this, around the block a few times, and I've studied a bit here and a bit there and all sorts of things. And, butterfly. And
Sorry about that.
Well, the thing of it is that I don't particularly think that there's feathers everywhere. This was such a bad choice.
It's the
All
petals,
right.
I'm sorry.
The thing of it is that the type of magic that we are dealing with is, you'll forgive me, not something that some 18-year-old concoction maker is going to be necessarily capable of. In fact, magic like this requires, and Millie will look around the group, kind of like significant eye contact, sacrifice of well, frankly, great importance, often human or something like that. And so I'm just wondering if anyone has sort of, hit recently.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Wonderful.
But you could question Matilda or Isabel because, they're also being put on trial for the strange things that are happening, and they might have more information for you.
Are you friends with them?
No, I don't have many friends. And they're a bit older than I am, so we don't really cross paths that much. So.
Age is just,
Sweetheart, can you kill one of those butterflies?
What? And as you say that, Lieutenant Javin comes back in. I have the hot tea! And he stumbles a bit and spills half of the teas because he has a rock in his boot.
To get used to the... Very good.
Nice. Okay.
Are you ready for your next questioner?
Yes, Elizabeth. Yes. You won't get anywhere by accusing others, so mind your manners when you're talking about the other women up there.
Okay.
Keeping to yourself will help you here.
Yes, of course.
You did a great job.
Thank you. He leads Elizabeth away and safely locks her in her cell and asks you who you would like to see next.
What was the next one in order?
Isabel.
Matilda. Oh, yeah.
Isabel.
Okay, Isabel.
Isabel? All right, Isabel. And he brings in this woman that I described earlier. She's a human woman with long black hair.
I know one of those.
Okay, I'll take this one. We're all the same.
And
Sorry for the pedals.
Javin limps in and sits Isabel down. She also has her hands bound, and she has excellent posture. And as she sits, you can see that she's looking in the reflection of, there's like a two-way mirror that's been in this room, and she's kind of preening herself as she...
It hasn't been 10 minutes yet, I would assume, so detect magic?
You don't sense anything?
Nothing. Interesting.
Yes. Hello?
Hello. All right. You tell us your story. I want to hear where we're starting with. The last one was very sad and needs work.
Why do you think you're here?
Thank you.
Good question.
I have a wild magic surge that Fenderil says I can give this to whomever. I'm not sure if you meant an NPC or one of the folks at the table, so I'm going to say this goes to... this is going to go to the room, I guess, like the room that we're in.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
let's see, that's a
Starts
90...
floating. The room turns into a plant.
And then I can talk to it.
It's a 92. Okay, so that's if you die within the next minute, you immediately come back as if by the reincarnate spell. So I'm going to just re-roll that because that's not relevant to what's happening right now. Okay.
I'm in.
Butterflies.
52. That is a spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to AC and immunity to magic missile. Again, not super relevant to what we're doing, so I'm going to roll one more time and see if we can make that relevant. So 91.
Anything that translates to a room.
Oh wait, that's the same thing I just rolled. We have the reincarnate thing again. Okay, that's...
I really want someone to die.
And so do I.
Wild magic is speaking loudly.
Perishes.
Okay, so for the next minute, you all can see any invisible creature if you have line of sight to it, and what this does allow you to see is that there's nobody looking behind that two-way mirror. There's no one watching you right now.
Okay.
Fun.
Javin, other than Javin, who has resumed his post and sipping on some
Javin,
tea.
a quick note, sweetheart. Work on talking through your secret out loud, okay, to a wall.
Oh.
So I want you to look at a wall, and I want you to say your secret out loud until you believe
Persuasion
yourself.
check. And roll with advantage from Lesbian Wolf.
Thank you, Lesbian Wolf.
But like not near people.
Is a 13.
I'm afraid I have to stay here, but I do appreciate the advice. I must remain at my post.
You know, Javin, so you spilled quite a lot of tea on the floor. Maybe you could, like, go get a mop?
That is true.
Or something?
Persuasion check.
Okay.
With advantage from City Racing Girl.
Thank you. Oh, girl. Okay. Wait, what do I... Un momento. Oh my gosh.
Guidance? Will guidance help?
No.
It's only an additional D4. It just depends on how
She
bad
rolled
it
a
is.
1 and a 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No, then I cannot help.
Sweetheart, we still have to work on that. Okay.
Okay, so Javin remains where he is, and Isabel says, you may ask me any question you would like. I'm an open book, and I'm confused why you want the god to leave. It seems a bit suspicious of you to want someone to witness what's
Bold
going on
star.
here.
Bold Star calling us suspicious when we are here to help you.
Well,
Technically, you're kind of a suspicious one.
You were literally about to be murdered by
Ladies, this isn't productive.
yes.
Let's get to the point. Why do you think you're on trial?
Because people see a beautiful woman and find her threatening.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. This is already more interesting. Not necessarily more helpful, but more interesting.
The characters coming together. I see it. No, that's fair. I'll take that.
What do you have? I mean, take it from me, I know what it's like to be a beautiful woman. But
We all do.
I know if we had $1, we'd have at least $5. Sorry, I was counting myself twice. What?
The number went down.
I don't know. I'm bad at math. Anyway, I'm a cat. I can't count. But do you have any enemies? That's what I was trying to get at, and then I lost it completely.
Do you have any enemies?
Yes,
I have a butterfly.
it's a butterfly.
Not that I'm aware of. I'm a single woman living in this town. I'm newly here. I was an art dealer before I decided to leave the hustle and bustle of the town. And now I'm just trying to settle in, you know? It's hard trying to make your way in a big city, and...
Are you new to town?
I am, yes.
Okay, right. And how closely, timeline-wise, did you arrive to when this started happening?
A few weeks ago.
And this started a few weeks ago and you arrived a few weeks ago?
Yes.
Interesting.
Not an accusation, simply how I can see that they would draw that conclusion.
I see that it's terrible timing, of course. It's not lost on me.
Well, you led with you're a beautiful woman, so let's dive into that. Why do you think that's relevant to this situation? Do people say things? Other than you, who has said you're beautiful?
Well,
Are there like songs sung by the villagers collectively about how good you're looking?
I can't deny that I sense people looking, and of course I think it is that I'm a newcomer to the city. Of course I looked at you all as well, but...
You do have a very strong energy.
Yes, and jawline.
Thank you. And she looks at herself in the reflection again.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, now I'm actually kind of distracted by it. That's fair.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Very busy at the moment.
Why do you think they're accusing you?
She's a beautiful woman.
It's
is
a
what
target.
she's gonna say,
I do feel that I'm a
Jealousy?
target for no reason. I don't think it's jealousy. I just think that people are threatened by it. And who else would they? Oh, they're going to convict the seamstress. Curious.
How do you feel about magic?
I feel that it is necessary sometimes, but I don't dabble in it myself, so I don't know.
When would it be necessary?
Healing, ceremonies, art. Of course, artists can utilize magic to create beautiful pieces. Right now, nothing, to be honest. I'm between jobs. I
What
was
did
not
you
dealer,
do
as I
before?
said.
Oh, art dealer.
Yes, yes. Just trying to settle in.
It is odd that of the reasons that you think you're being accused, you didn't lead with, I arrived in town at the same time that all of the children started getting sick, and instead led with being hot.
Well, it is quite compelling, you know. It's a bit of a commentary on, you know, the sort of pressures and expectations that we put on, you know, women. And I, for one, I appreciated it. But also, do you do magic and have you killed any children?
No.
Great.
Okay.
Wow, just take it. Just take it
Can I have an insight check? Is it an insight check?
You can all
Yeah.
check.
I was trying to throw her. I was trying to slide it in there.
Yeah.
You do
Don't
have
leave it.
advantage from Lesbian Wolf.
Thank you, lesbian woman.
And then Vyra or Vyra?
Vyra.
Vyra, you have a monologue from Sean 1734.
Great. What is her name?
Isabel. Isabel, yeah.
Thank you. I'm using your notes. I'm sorry. I didn't take any.
23.
Okay.
Isabel, I suppose I'm most confused by your demeanor to speed through this. I would think that you would probably want to preserve your life. There's 5 of us here that, for some reason, have been just tagged in to protect your life. Personally, I wanted to just kill the men outside who are putting you up on a stake because I think that was inappropriate. I think it's odd that they're only accusing 3 women of the town. I do think that that's incredibly suspicious of them, that there wasn't a single man up on the stand. But, on the other hand, you are making it very hard for us to help you. So I'm going to need you to have a little more patience for your predicament here, and a little more willingness to help us get you out of it. Do you understand?
Do you see the passion with which she speaks? This is what I need.
So before I answer you, you rolled a what on your insight check?
23.
23. So you can tell that she hesitated before she answered Millie. Look, the reason I'm not wringing my hands and sweating and nervous is because I agree with you. I think it's ridiculous, and I don't want to make myself any smaller in this event.
Or you're guilty.
Or I'm guilty. I think it's absolutely preposterous, and if you would like to investigate my home, please be welcome to it.
Oh, I'd love to see. You've got great style. I'd really love to see what it looks like.
Thank you. If you were to try anything on while you're there, I think you'd fit into it.
Oh, sorry.
Is there anything else I can help you with? I really must be going back to my jail cell.
Well, if you don't need us, then by all means.
Javin, please. And with great posture, Javin leads her back to her cell and brings in the 3rd woman who is up on the raised platform.
Just before she comes in. So, I mean, I just want to point out the obvious, that they have to prove that they're innocent instead of them trying to prove that they're guilty.
Yes, that's generally how it works.
I just think it's so wrong, don't you?
It is, yes.
Shouldn't we ask them more reasons why they think they're guilty? Where's the proof?
I mean, that one was seemingly quite unwilling to provide anything at all.
I've never seen anyone ask to be put back in the cell before.
Yeah, that's a first. She was deeply unwilling, but she did not radiate of any sort of magic. And here's what I'm saying. There are lots of things that you can do to disguise yourself from the appearance of being magical. But if somebody was creating magic of this size that's actively affecting people, the level of concentration that would require would be very hard to mask in this scenario. So she radiated not an ounce of magic, not a magical object on her, not a magic from inside.
That's so interesting. She definitely had a little bit of a shifty vibe.
Yeah. Well, and also, I will admit that I was very inspecific because I said, do you use magic and have you killed any children? So maybe she just, like, you know, murdered another one somewhere else, and that was the hesitation. I don't know.
Whoa! And Javin tumbles in, the rock falling out of his shoe. Oh God!
Javin, darling.
And Matilda, standing next to him, really? I'm the 80-year-old and you're the one falling down. I will help myself to the chair, thank you. And she sits down primly.
He's bad at keeping secrets.
You're telling me he decided to run all of them by me as well.
Oh, Javin.
You don't want to know. Lots of feet things.
Javin.
You're right, I don't. I don't.
Javin, the first secret was the best secret, okay? So we need to get back to that.
Oh, I have to heat up some more tea.
Yeah.
Embarrassed, he leaves the room.
Maybe get
and
a
shuts the door
smaller
behind
rock. We need to just start with
Yes,
a
your
smaller
limp's
rock.
really coming along, Javin.
All right. Hello. I'm Matilda. I'm an 80-year-old woman who's been put on trial as a witch for making the children of the town ill, and you're here to question me as to why that could be. I will be professing why I am innocent, and by the end of it, you will be deciding whether or not I live or die. I understand what's happening here, so ask away, I shall answer. Yes, you may have the keys to my home, you may investigate anything you'd like, yada, yada, yada.
How long have you lived in the town?
My whole life. My husband was the previous mayor of this town and was, sadly, has died, and Mayor Crawford is the new mayor as of recently.
All right, well...
A few months ago.
How do you feel about Mayor Crawford?
I didn't like him.
Why?
like him.
Well, dish.
It's going to take a bit more than that, dear. Aren't you here to investigate me?
That's what we're doing. So, why don't you like the mayor? Now, hear my question again, but hear it remembering that you're under investigation and going to be put up to be murdered, if not.
Roll an intimidation check.
Sure.
I don't think
that I made this character
but you have advantage from City Racing Girl, but you have disadvantage from Flannel Fries. So you're going to be
fries.
at a straight roll.
Flannel fries.
Okay.
Two things I love, but not
I
necessarily.
know, I was just trying to picture flannel fries.
Cozy fries.
Yeah.
But being in final.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's a 4.
Does anyone else want to have a try?
Yes. You seem confident, and I appreciate that as another human woman to a human woman.
Yes.
Anyway.
Do you also have a dead husband?
Many.
Oh.
Many. Anyway, I didn't
She
talk
liked
about
that.
Some I loved, some I didn't. You seemed like you loved yours, so
I don't know
good.
if I loved any of them, to be honest. No, why not?
Okay. We'll talk about the tea later, but the thing is, we're here to help you. So what we need from you is a story that is compelling that we can use to help you. So questions from us are great, but it would start with maybe you telling us why you think they have chosen you.
All right, human woman to human woman. I will say that I don't agree with him permitting the Pig and Spit Tavern to be open 24/7. Do you know why he might be leaving it open 24/7? Riffraff. Riffraff all night.
Does he partake in, as you described, riffraff?
I can only assume.
Oh, I have a question. Javin said that, well, you're present here, he would have to, we would have to ask you because he wanted to remain impartial. Why would he be impartial?
It was the lieutenant.
Captain
Oh,
Martin.
yes, that's the one. Yeah, wrong name, same story.
The captain of the guard post, why would they have to remain impartial?
Yeah.
Well, this is, I suppose everybody has a different story, so you could get your story from everyone in here and you'd have to make your own decision.
Do you have any enemies?
I mean, the mayor, perhaps. The mayor knows that I disagree with him. You know, he's trying to log the forest. Log the forest and displace dangerous monsters that would almost certainly come into our village and eat our stores and attack anyone who's near enough.
That is so sad.
So you think the mayor has put you up here because
He dislikes me
And you disagree with his policy?
vocally. Yes.
It is awfully odd that having been in the town for your entire 80 years, that all of a sudden the entire town would turn their back on you and think that you're a witch after knowing you probably through multiple generations.
It is strange, yes. I
Tell
don't
us
like it.
more about your mayor ex or late husband.
Simple man, wonderful mayor, served for a very long time, continued to be re-elected by popular vote, and
then he died.
He died of old age. Poor guy.
Oh, do you use magic
No, I don't.
at all?
No.
How does your skin look so good?
My skin. Oh, thank you, darling. Well, I use creams, and I have been using retinol for decades now.
Bit of magic in that, if you ask me.
Cell regeneration, I love it.
Has it been more than 10 minutes?
Your detect magic can still be running, and you're not detecting any magic from her.
This is a strange question. Do you happen to remember what the new mayor's platform was, like when he ran for mayor? Was it anything about children?
Oh, yes.
He ran on a platform of children should bleed from their eyes.
Yes, the children every part.
Suspicious.
Yeah, but I don't know. We never thought about it.
You know, maybe, I'm just thinking maybe he ran to, I don't know, give all the children free things and you don't like it. So you talk to somebody, to cast a spell. Maybe you can't do magic, but maybe you know somebody who can.
So what are you implying exactly here? That Mayor Crawford might be the one under suspicion here?
No, you.
Me? Why?
Because of your fight with Mayor Crawford?
Yes. You've said more than once that you do not like him, which is very strong statements.
It's fine to not like people. I'm just going to say that.
I agree.
Can't like everyone.
Do you think we could maybe sidebar a little? Yes.
Oh, please.
If you hold for just a moment.
Plug my ears.
Just plug your ears, yeah.
She doesn't plug her ears.
Here's the thing. Disagreeing with Mayor is perfectly reasonable. Lots of people have different political opinions, and especially as an elderly woman, being upset about a noise past a certain time isn't particularly...
I want to be clear that I love noise and I love late nights. But keep going.
I do too. I love a party.
Remarkable.
Thank you.
But with that in mind, then why wouldn't she just harm the mayor? Why would she harm the children of the village instead? Does the mayor... sorry, excuse me. Does the mayor have children?
No, not that I know of.
Thank you. See, the mayor doesn't even have children.
I should have asked that. That's a good question.
Like, if the mayor doesn't have kids, how does... I mean, I suppose it makes his town look bad.
But sometimes people run on platforms that they have nothing to do with because it looks good for optics, and then they win, and then if she's trying to sabotage it, then maybe the mayor will be ruined. I'm just
Might
saying.
I suggest that you explore the tavern? There's many folks in town who could give you their differing opinions on what's happening, and in fact, they bring their children around as well. Perhaps not to the tavern. There's also a general store. There's the docks. There's a smithy. There's all sorts of places you might be able to run into the children. And as far as I know, children talk to one another, don't they?
I have a question.
I never had any, but it seems like they would.
Me neither.
Unfortunately, they talk.
You've lived in this town your whole life, yes?
We have a witch's cackle from Reckis.
I got a little extra one.
Yes, I have lived here my entire life.
Well, this might be quite an impertinent question, but here goes. Who do you think did it?
Who do I think did it? To be honest, I think it's Isabel. If it's one of the three, I mean...
It doesn't have to be one of the three.
I
It could
also
be anyone
would
in the
like
town.
to. So I don't know who it would be otherwise, but Elizabeth, what? She sits in her little hovel and she makes her little potions. Since she has any motivation to harm the children, but Isabel?
What's her motivation?
That's all I will say. That's all I will say.
Now,
Javin, it's time for me to go now.
All of them in such a rush to get back to
Such
themselves.
a-
ladies,
Yes,
I'll
I've
be
never
honest,
encountered
as a
anything like
detective
it.
agency, we're not doing great.
I think we're doing wonderfully.
We've got weird subjects.
Yes.
Our subjects have dismissed themselves, and we are here to help them.
I would like to go to the tavern.
I
Yes,
definitely
I
want to
agree.
hit that
Love
tavern.
to go to the
Should we
tavern.
go to Isabel's house first to get dressed? Because
Yes!
it sounds like she has nice
Oh wait,
clothes.
but yes.
Outfit montage?
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
So is there anything else you want to say before Javin takes Matilda away?
Is there drawers in this? Is there like a desk?
It's Captain Marfit's desk.
Is there
Yeah.
anything? I'm gonna look through the drawers if there's anything I can take.
There's nothing of note in there. There's just guardly things. You can take some paper and pens though if you like.
Paper, pens, is there like an eyeglass? Anything that feels like fun.
Yes, there is a monocle that you could take.
Oh, very cool.
Mine now? All right. Okay. Let's get.
There's also there's various knickknacks from teenagers, like noisemakers and things like that. Pack of cards.
Pack of cards. You always should have a pack of cards.
I agree.
Okay.
What about the keys to their cells?
Sorry.
The keys to their cells, where are those in the room? Does
Yes.
On their person.
Javin has them.
Javin
Yeah.
has them?
Yeah, Javin has the keys. Okay. All right. So if that's all you have for the questioning, I will. He's limping. I will take Matilda back. Come along, Mum, and I won't trip this time. And he takes Matilda back to her cell.
Mum?
Like ma'am.
I was going to say that's a significant cause.
Like, what?
That's your mom.
The plot thickens.
This is the kind of story I want.
All right. So you've been invited to several homes by now. You have your options of where to go in the village. Should you want to go anywhere else, question anybody else.
Has anyone ever watched Room Raiders?
Yes.
You showed me.
Of course. So, if we're going to
Isabel.
Isabel's, of course, I remember names.
Take a little. Shine a little light. Well, Isabel's seems like a good start. Isabel's Tavern. I'll be honest, Elizabeth, I don't feel suspicious of. Her story's way too boring and sad.
She is a little boring and sad, and she also did seem to be the only one that showed any concern for the children. The other two seemed greatly unbothered
And
by
both of them excused themselves, which isn't just something you do with age.
Shouldn't we just meet with her mother just to be sure?
Ada?
Yeah. Just go. Just a house.
Also, do we think that it's any of them?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it just seems, I don't know.
Convenient?
Very convenient that these just three. I mean, Elizabeth again, very boring. I was exhausted. But Isabel, I mean,
bit of an energy vampire,
I'll admit, I
right,
could see it. I could see it from Isabel. I mean, I do think.
She's 18, but she is going to have to get a personality.
Ooh, yes. You can't just make glasses your whole personality, your whole life.
No. Bottles is not a personality.
Oh,
I'd
no.
love to speak to some of the other people in the town. I guess my question is, does anyone like the mayor? And if no one does,
Are you asking us? Because I didn't personally love him.
you know,
No.
now I am. Actually, thank you for the input.
I definitely got strange vibes.
Also
from
not a
him.
fan.
Yes.
So I find him to be a terribly unlikable man, so worth finding out how the rest of the town thinks of him, because
And how he got elected.
exactly.
Yes.
We have a witchy cackle that has come in from D-Man1198. Thank you, D-Man.
Thank you.
So Captain Marfit strides back in, all 6'7" of her, and she leads you out of her office and brings you out to outside of the guard post, where you can see that people are still dispersing, and they are headed in crowds towards varying places. You do see a boisterous crowd heading towards the Pig and Spit Tavern that was mentioned, as well as other people filtering towards the general store.
Well, should we start at the tavern? I know I do want a room raid, as you say, but maybe we start at the tavern, get some more information of what people think,
What we should be looking for.
what we should be looking for, and then we'll know how to dig with intention.
Yes, I think we do. We should go to all three of their houses.
What time of
you-
day is it? Sorry. What time of day is it?
Great question. So, right now it is it was morning time when we first started the day, and now it's hitting afternoon. You guys have until dusk to make your decision. So right now it's like 2 p.m.
So,
My vote actually is for the house first, and here's why. Because we've already missed all the laggers from the partying at night. And so we'll hit the early drinkers and early partiers like a little bit later.
You want to do a happy hour at the tavern?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah?
Well, perhaps just, talking about the people to get their impressions of the
Mayor.
suspects. Yeah, and the mayor, of course.
As far as I'm concerned, the mayor is a suspect.
Could be.
Agreed.
Okay, so where would you like to head next? And we have a monologue for Lindsey from this Just 10.
Well, I know that we all want to go to the homes, but I think that we need to find out more about this mayor. I think that maybe we're not finding someone who maybe like even these witches didn't cast the magic, but maybe they know who did. Maybe somebody made a deal with someone. Maybe the mayor knows someone and they're doing this and that's how he got elected. These are just theories that I have. And so if we can find out more about him and what they think about these 3 women in the tavern, we know what to look for.
That's very smart.
That's true.
I don't suspect to find much in the houses if they're being that willing to let us investigate them, quite simply. I think they would be much more troubled about us going to them and a lot less of offering it up if there was going to be something in there that would incriminate them.
How about if anybody says anything accusatory about Isabel, let's say 3 people, tops, at the tavern, then we'll go.
Ooh, I like
Like a game.
Yes.
Okay, we keep a little tally.
It's like a quota. A quota of guilt. A guilt quota. Yeah.
One more idea. Should we also at some point go to the mayor's house?
Oh, I would love
Absolutely.
We haven't been given permission to get into the mayor's house yet, but we could probably.
Which makes it all the more that we want to go there.
I have many tools to bypass that.
And I have a monocle and a pack of cards.
Perfect.
All right. Let's go to the tavern. I could use a drink.
Okay, tavern?
Yeah.
All right, that is the perfect place for us to take our intermission. So when we come back, we will hit the Pig and Spit Tavern and find out what's going on in Crooked Craw. So stand by while we're in an intermission. We're going to show you a fun mixology video that Kari and I made. Where we made some crazy warlocky cocktails, so that should entertain you for a little bit while we're on our break. We'll see you soon. And welcome to the Dungeon Run's Dungeons & Dragons cocktails. Tonight we are making witchy and warlocky themed cocktails. My name is Jessica Lynn Parsons, and I have with me
Michael Rose.
Kari Lee Cartwright.
And that's how tonight is going to go. We are not actual bartenders or mixologists. We're just here to have fun and make some fun colored drinks. And we also are a family-friendly show, so we will be making some mocktails to accompany our cocktails. Will they be good?
Yes, absolutely.
I will taste test them and I will tell you.
Watch the whole video to find out. The first drink we're making tonight is the Eldritch Blast. You will need jalapeno-infused tequila, Cointreau, lime juice, unsweetened pineapple juice, and butterfly tea, or whatever your preferred purple tea is.
What is butterfly tea?
It's yummy. You'll love it.
This looks like olive oil. I cook with it all the time.
The first thing we're going to do to make the Eldritch Blast is 1.5 shots of your jalapeno-infused tequila. Now, if you don't have 2 days to create jalapeno-infused tequila, you juiced jalapenos into this, didn't you? A witch is good at improvising, if anything else.
Wash your hands before you put your contacts in after cutting jalapenos.
Rude.
Those aren't your real eyes?
They're natural.
Oh, I never knew that there was a full shot and then a half shot.
She's here for the virgin mocktails. A whole shot of pineapple juice.
This cocktail's amazing.
And then another half shot of Cointreau. And then we need to cut up some limes.
Ooh, right here.
Michael, do we have a cutting board?
No, but I got a knife.
Smash your lime into the counter and roll it around like that child that was very annoying when it escaped from your witchy cottage.
Wow. Wow.
I don't have any leverage down here.
That's great. Half a shot of lime juice.
It's not even...
Let me do it. Yeah, witchy.
Here,
welcome.
let me do it.
Okay.
Ow.
Oh, what? Expert.
Okay, that's good enough, I think.
We've now mixed our drink in our glass, and we're going to add the signature purple color to the Eldritch Blast. Take your butterfly pea, purple tea, whatever you've chosen, and pull out the loose leaf tea contraption that has a chicken claw on it. Pour it in until you have reached your desired color. Now, before you pour these into your glass over ice, we're going to salt the rim with brown sugar. Now, our brown sugar is very granular, so we need to pound it down. And in order to do that, you're going to pick your favorite crystal.
Rose quartz.
Pour your brown sugar onto your agate and start smashing. Gorgeous.
Can I add a little zest? Himalayan pink salt.
Oh!
The tip to stick, you want to get the rims nice and juicy with a lime.
And dip it in. Beautiful. Get that agate out of the way. Push that brown sugar to the side. Wipe off your hands like the nasty witch you are. And pour your Eldritch Blast in.
Oh, we're not done yet. This
The
warlock,
mint!
you take it into your hand nice and gently, and smack them really hard.
You break its little dreams.
And this is the Eldritch Blast. We will have a drink for you momentarily because the Dungeon Run is a family-friendly show, so we will have a mocktail version of this cocktail as well.
Oh, did you want?
Do you want to try it?
I don't know, I love it.
Does the virgin one have the jalapeno and the?
Is the jalapeno that's disgusting to you, or is it the tequila?
Yes.
All of it. For this mocktail, you will need tonic water, maple syrup, lots of lemons, lots of limes, pineapple juice, and a secret ingredient, which I will show on the screen right now because we're not going to tell Kari until she tries it.
And this is, we're just making it for one.
Was that just a minute ago?
I don't know.
Just make it.
Is it? Oh, no. 3 shots of tonic water.
Oh, so bubbly.
1 shot of pineapple juice, and half a shot of lemon juice. Mr. Michael, will you please do this one?
I sure will.
He's a hexblade. A splash of maple syrup.
Did you eat all that sugar rim already?
Oop! I don't know where my mixer is, so I'm gonna mix it with a knife. And now, pour in the tea for color.
And for
The
flavor,
ratio might be a little off.
You know?
it's gray.
It's a Eldritch boot.
Now, we're going to do half a shot of the secret ingredient. Mix that up. Get your glass ready with the gorgeous crystal pounded brown sugar salt rim. Throw some ice in there. Pour it over. Give it a sip. What does it taste like, Kari?
This tastes like tomato juice to me with lemon juice in it. Pickle juice!
What the F?
This does not taste like a margarita. We saw another witch's recipe said to add a little bit of pickle juice to your mock margarita to give it that kind of like margarita taste. It's wrong. Don't make this one. Don't make it.
We did it!
On to the next.
Cheers!
Now we move on to my drink. And I am
What are you gonna make?
quite the whiskey lover. I don't even like alcohol.
I do like to test things.
This is the Blood Orange Moon. This is what we're making. Maple syrup, whiskey, aromatic bitters, oranges, and orange juice to top up. We pre-prepped, but you're just gonna cut up a half of an orange, muddled. After you muddle your oranges, all of this goes into 1 glass, then you mix it. So we will do 1 part maple syrup. We're gonna do 1.5 whiskey. This is truly to taste. If you're doing bitters, I usually do 3. 1, 2, 3. You can do more or less depending on what you want.
I smelled it. It smelled like toothpaste.
It does smell like toothpaste.
And then we mix. And you want these to sit together for a second? We're gonna pour the concoction over the ice, but only halfway. We're gonna see if this works. Use the spoon, let this roll in.
Wow.
Ideally, it rolls down and you want a little bit of separation. Our garnish is actually very important. for our drink tonight. This is rosemary. If you get a fresh rosemary, it's a lot harder to burn. We're gonna burn this just for the smell. You pluck the rosemary and you let it dry, dehydrate a little bit. We just take out a piece about this big,
It's so pretty.
lay it to the side, let it sit there for a second. I mean, you can still stick it in. And then you take your trusty pink lighter. This should be dehydrated, but it's not, just looks really sad. You burn it, you hear it crack, you really just want the smoke. And then you put that in your drink, ideally.
Ooh.
You're also including the mocktail.
This time it might be good.
I hope
We'll
so.
see. So
I'm very thirsty.
you'll substitute the whiskey. I use Pellegrino, but any sort of club soda. You don't want a tonic water, but a club. And this will substitute a little bit of the flavor. I use grenadine for this one, just a little.
It looks like the blood of children.
Blood of children's not done. We have to add the bitters. More blood of children. Maple. It's witchy. To top it off, orange juice.
This already looks better than the other one.
I thought the other one looked pretty. Brown. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's pretty tasty.
Delightful. Do you want to
Okay.
swap? Okay.
Mm.
Oh, yum.
Whoa, that's so.
It's the whiskey.
It's like there's rubbing alcohol.
Delicious.
Cheers to the blood orange moon.
Cheers.
Ow!
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. It's tasty.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us for our very first Dungeon Run Dungeons & Dragons Mixology video. I had a blast. An eldritch blast.
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you made this drink, if you decided to use pickle juice in your mocktail like we did. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tune in for our epic Dungeons & Dragons campaign every Wednesday on twitch.tv/thedungeonrun.
Help keep Slushy alive.
Huh?
Say something weird. I can go. Okay.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. I wanted to say thank you to everybody watching because we have raised almost or over $2,000 tonight for the Center for Human Rights in Iran. So thank you, everybody who's watching, for your generosity. We have a lot of advantages and disadvantages still to dole out to our players, and we have the rest of the show to do so. So where do we want to go next? I think I heard tavern, I heard mayor's house. Okay, tavern?
Tavern.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
You said
so
it's 2 p.m.?
it's around 2 p.m. Yep.
Afternoon glass of wine, never hurt anybody.
It's true. All right, so you make your way to the tavern, the Pagan Spit Tavern, and when you enter, you can see that a lot of people from the crowd have congregated here. This is kind of like, weirdly and annoyingly, this is kind of like a festival day for them, because like, stuff doesn't really happen in this town, so they're all like, we're not working today. We're gonna go to the tavern. And the dominating feature of this tavern is a giant spit in the middle of the room with a large venting hood over it, and a boar is slowly rotating over the coals by a rotating mechanism that's driven by belts that go into the floor. And you see there is a owner of the tavern who's doling out drinks. He is a tall human male in his 40s, wearing a stained apron, and you see a blonde half-elf sitting over in the corner with a couple of young adults, aged folks, what looks to be a young human man, early 20s.
More humans.
Yep, lots of humans.
Humans.
And that's what you make out right now.
There's a barkeep, or there's servers, or just the barkeep?
There's also servers, but the barkeep is making rounds too and working.
Okay.
Should we talk to the bartender?
The barkeep.
Can we get a table and... No?
I was thinking we pop up at the bar.
Right, okay, great.
It's right up on it.
Everything.
Barkeep?
Hello, hello, you.
Okay, I just want to actually take full responsibility. You were completely right. No, you were right. Now that yep.
Am I interrupting something? You the outsiders who come in to judge the trial then?
First and foremost, we're gonna get a round of drinks.
All right.
Ladies, you want my drink or you want your own things?
What are you
I'll try what you're
Okay,
having.
this is what we want. We want a vodka martini up, shaken, okay, first, and we want the shaker ace on the side. The martini, however, needs a splash of orange juice and real lime, okay? None of the fake stuff. And just a splash. All of us, shaker ace on the side, and then a pint glass of ice with that so we can water it down as we drink it. Thank you.
That sounds
Is
very
that real?
refreshing.
He blinks at you and says, "We have apple cider ale."
That'll work.
Okay, we'll take
All
that.
right,
We'll take that.
pineapple cider
Yeah,
ales.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
that's
so
fine.
he doles those out to you. Can I get you any barbecue? We have the best barbecue on this side of the continent. I can give you a discount, of course, because you're working for the town.
And for me.
No barbecue.
I think we'll start with the drinks.
No barbecue for any of you.
I'll take one.
You take a barbecue. All right, then he motions to a server. Barbecue over here for what's your name?
Rain.
Rain. Nice to meet you. I don't get a lot of the horns here in Crooked Craw.
Oh, yes. No, I'm not from here.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you, though.
I love that you love barbecue.
I do love barbecue.
So the server will very quickly bring you barbecue because this is like their thing. They serve this boar and other meats out to everybody here that's been smoked for days. And
I've been smoking for days too. Here's the thing, we have questions. Years. We don't need to talk about how long. An unknown amount of time I have been smoking. Okay.
Same.
Okay. Questions. We have questions while you're pouring the cider.
If you wanted to get barbecue before the questions, we have lots of barbecues. Yeah, are you liking it?
Okay, he's a
Oh,
one-track
I haven't had a
mind.
chance to eat it yet. I'm just letting it cool.
You don't like barbecue?
I love barbecue.
Okay, I have other customers I have
You
to
do
get
know that
to.
we're here for actually like a really important reason,
I
right?
have to get to other customers if you're not going to
Do
do
you hate
barbecue.
children?
Do I hate children?
Do you hate the children of the town?
No, I don't hate children.
Oh, interesting. Then I think that you'd probably be very willing to help us, right?
I have to get to other customers if you're not going to partake in my barbecue.
I'll be a customer.
I would love some barbecue from you.
Yes. How about we do a round of questions and we get one question per barbecue?
Yes.
Does that seem
A
fair?
side of question. It's a barbecue with a side of
Roll a
question.
persuasion check.
Okay.
And you have advantage from Vendorel.
Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. Hey, what was it? Perception? Oh, +2. Nice. 21.
Okay. All right then. Barbecue for everyone.
Oh, goody.
And the server slaps down some steaming barbecue in front of each of you, and it smells great to those of you who eat meat.
Great. Question 1.
Yeah.
Give us, in so many words, what you think happened today with those witches. Why you think those are the people responsible.
I don't know, but there's lots of talk around the town. Lots of people having different opinions, but I think Isabel is the one. Isabel's the one. Although I will say that. Looks at your barbecue. Are you eating your barbecue?
Oh.
I will say that
Druids.
Are you sneaking food down?
No?
Roll a deception check. Okay. You have advantage from Thunderel.
I'm stage eating, so I'm doing this.
Roll a deception check.
It's where you put it in your mouth for a minute and
It's where you do this.
Oh, I'm on a halves. Oh, my thing broke again. Sorry.
Katie, you have advantage from Cauldron of Sitar.
Also, I'm gonna catch Mage Hand, and I'm catching the barbecue.
This is perception?
Deception. Also,
Deception.
Millie, you roll deception. You have advantage
15.
from Lesbian Wolf.
15.
Okay, 15.
23.
Oh.
I've been in the business for a while.
Yeah, he's never seen it. You can't even tell you're acting. It's just lost in the performance.
Can you tell if I'm eating right?
It depends on how your friend does next to you.
Oh, I
no.
got a 12.
All right, so he doesn't see you casting your mage hand, but he can tell that you're not a huge fan of his barbecue. Well,
I'll eat hers. I love it so much. I am going to write a newspaper article about it.
Oh, wow, a newspaper article about my
the whole
barbecue.
town will know that I love it. And
What?
listen, if I know anything about reviews, they can make or break you, all right?
She's a very good writer.
Excellent.
And this is gonna get a good review.
God bless your soul. All right,
I just
want
want to. What is your name?
My name is Bertram Quincy. Bertram Bonneville Quincy.
Bertram Bonneville Quincy.
Barbecue, BBQ.
BBQ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I'm
Very
so
good.
sorry. I
I love
didn't
it.
mean to hurt your feelings. I'm very full. I ate right before I got here, but luckily she's double hungry, so it works out
Yes,
well.
my metabolism has never been faster.
You just seem so nice, and I bet so many people just like talk to you about things.
They do.
Yeah, they
I'm
probably.
just they just love my barbecue so much. It's just they open the trap, steak the barbecue, and other things come out too.
Yeah, I'll bet. I'll bet.
So-
You know more than anybody else in this whole town, I'll bet.
I will say that I think the reason you're eating so much of my barbecue is because of those spices that are in there. And I have to mention to you that the delicious spices and flavorings that I get from my barbecue. As of late, it is a family secret recipe, but as of late, there's been a little bit extra from Miss Elizabeth. Getting the spices from her, and I do wonder where she got the spices, to be honest with you. I don't question her because, it's good, you're on a second helping, but just saying.
Yes, I cannot stop.
For the article, perhaps we could see the spice, get a close look at it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Could you bring it out here?
Yeah.
Yes, I do need to see it.
He motions for a server to bring out some spice for you, and it's a little clear canister of spice, and presents it to you.
Oh, wow. Does anybody see anything suspicious about this?
Detect magic.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
You don't sense anything.
Can I also do like an Arcana roll on it just to understand anything about the like herbs of it all? I'm
Yeah.
naturey. I think that might be something I'm good at. Fingers crossed. I haven't done anything I'm good at yet.
While they're talking,
Do I have any advantage?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you do have advantage. You have advantage from Lesbian Wolf.
Amazing. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. All right. So you know exactly what's in this. And you're rolling an Arcana check.
I can roll nature if you would prefer. If you think that, I did do detect magic, so if I adjust to nature, it's the same score.
Okay. So either way, Arcana, you're using both. You're like, you're good at plants.
My magic is
and
nature.
magic. You can tell that this is made up of exactly chives, fennel, rosemary, and thyme.
Children's dreams.
And children's eyeballs.
And a bit of skin and hair. No, it's just the chives.
It's normal garden things. She grows herbs and everyone thinks she's a witch.
We'll definitely sketch this and put this in the article.
If you want to ask Galadra over there, she's a botanist. She might be able to help you. And the lad over there seems to go on and on about Elizabeth, so he might be able to give you some more information. But beyond that, that's all I have for you. But good luck with everything.
Oh, sorry, can I just trouble you for one more question? I didn't get mine. And I did sit with this barbecue, so I didn't get my question. What do you think of the mayor?
Oh, I'm gonna need to take a bite for that.
I cast suggestion.
Okay.
Make a save.
Okay, what's my save?
Wisdom save.
All right.
14.
All right, and I have advantage. Wow, I think this is my first roll. Oh, but first we have a witchy cackle from Monelio. And a second cackle from Layla. And I also have a wild magic surge from Layla.
Is there any disadvantage in there? Just wondering.
This is gonna be, let's see what I roll, a 9. I keep rolling so many 9s. This is a 99.
The edge of the
I regain all expended sorcery points, so that's not gonna help Bertram barbecue.
Or hurt.
Or hurt. We can hurt him.
Also an option.
Definitely hurt him.
It's true.
Let's see. A 5 is a Modron chosen and controlled by the DM appears in an unoccupied space 5 feet from you and then disappears 1 minute later.
Hilarious.
All right.
What is that?
So what this is gonna do, a Modron is like a little tiny clockwork creature. So what it's gonna do
is it is going to take 5 away from my saving roll from you.
Okay.
As in, like, you will succeed easier on this.
I love this.
So a Modron...
Thank you, small friend.
A Modron appears and chirps to your command. And starts acting like a clockwork toy. And Bertram is
You heard the thing.
enraptured by this thing, making him distracted as you cast this spell.
Okay.
So here I go. Rolling with advantage still from...
I just don't want to eat the barbecue. I don't trust the
Oh,
barbecue.
it's countered?
Countered by Reggie.
Wait, did I use my one from Layla though? I didn't use my one from Layla yet. But it is countered by Reggie still.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Lesbian wolf and then disadvantage from Reggie.
Okay, great.
Cat boy with all the facts.
So flat.
Thank you, cat boy.
Cat boy. You're like, flat girl.
I don't want to eat the barbecue. I don't trust it. No one can make me.
I rolled a 9. So it's against a 14.
Yes.
Minus 5, so 4. Yeah. What do you say?
You should tell me what you think about the mayor.
Alright. This thing's really cute.
Pay attention, pay attention.
It's really cute.
Very
All right.
precious.
The mayor. Well, I can tell you that something suspicious did happen, actually. I noticed that he was gawking at Isabel's bosom yesterday and the day before. You know, he comes here pretty often, and I see him striding by, and I did see Matilda ask him where he was going, and I heard him because I heard my name thrown out there. He said he was visiting Bertram, but he did not visit me.
Is he married?
Yes, to Gilda. Happily married to Gilda.
Well,
How's Gilda's bosom feel about all this?
Oh, I don't know, but
Probably
she seems to be
bad.
very faithful to her husband, so I
should probably find
And look,
out.
I'm just saying, that's I could have sworn I saw Isabel wink at the mayor too, so I don't know what this is about his character, but I just think that it's a bit suspicious, that's all. So
That's a very useful piece of information. Thank you for the lovely dinner.
I'm so glad you enjoyed your barbecue too. You look like you really loved it.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
One last thing, would it be all right if I took a look at the barbecue pit for the article?
Of course. And he leads you over. And the little what are you commanding the Modron to do?
Oh,
It's here for 1 minute, I think.
It's here for 1 minute, so I will command it to round up a few of the other patrons to talk to. I just wanted to enthrall a few of them to gather at a table to make our life a little easier.
Okay, so the Modron will march over to that table that I mentioned earlier with the half elf and
Hold
the
them
human,
force.
and start to chirp at them, and they're just staring at it like we've never seen anything like this before in our lives. Okay, so he leads you over to the pit, and what do you want to do?
While he's leading me over, I'm going to say, and you've decided to be open 24 hours, yes?
Well, it's still up for debate. Yes,
Yes.
it has been thrown out there. Yes.
Oh, right. Well, that must take an awful lot of energy and time.
Not to mention the wages that I'll have to pay people to stay up all night. You know, pay time and a half.
Yes, but with this delicious barbecue, who wouldn't want it at 2 o'clock in the morning? Excellent after a cup. Well, you're eating a cup.
24 hours a day.
I just want to roll like an investigation check to see if maybe, like, does it look like there's like a secret hidden chamber underneath the barbecue?
Oh,
I don't know.
I was
Okay.
like, that
Maybe
human
there-
bones have been
Yeah.
But like, it's just like weird.
Okay, you can roll investigation check,
Okay, well, I
and you
did-
have advantage.
Oh, thank God.
From Penerac Berry.
Do a regular investigation as
That
well.
is a 17.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can very clearly see that this is just your run-of-the-mill spit. There's
Okay.
nothing hidden underneath this spit.
All right. Well, it would have been cool though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I can search this whole area with my eye for detail and see if there's any kind of mystery or hidden clues in this whole place.
Yes,
Yes.
You always should be doing that.
I can do that. Waiting
Yes.
for it. Do that.
Do that. We'll talk to these.
Right.
Great.
That's what we call burying the lead, ladies.
That's a 2. Do I have any
You have advantage. Yes, you have
wonderful.
advantage from reckless comedy.
Oh,
You
thank
can,
you
but you
so
can't.
much.
You can, but no.
Oh, that's an 18.
Much better than
Plus, you're investigating.
Yep.
Okay, so plus your investigation bonus.
Which is plus 2, so 20.
Okay, dirty 20. What are you looking for? Sorry.
I'm just seeing if there's any. So when I do this, I can see if there's any. Keep going to the wrong place. So it's going to take me a minute. So
Features
looking
and
for
traits?
then features and traits. Going to there. Yep. Thank you. And I can spot a hidden creature or object and make any investigation check to uncover or decipher clues. Nice.
Okay. So what I'll do with that is you see that you're very perceptive, and you can see that the blonde half-elf seems to be really dominating the conversation, and everyone around her is kind of like her minion, almost like they're looking up at this kind of like alpha person. And you also see that there is a young woman and her son who seem kind of out of place, sitting at the other side of the tavern. And the little boy is holding a toy, and it's like a stuffed toy.
What is it?
How's the boy looking?
The boy. You can see that the boy looks healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bag of eyes. That's okay.
And you can see a few other folks who are standing out as well. You see a middle-aged gnome female, and she seems to be chatting numbers with Bertram. Bertram's gone back to his the front of the pub.
I believe it was Matilda that said children talk to each other. It might be worth speaking with the child.
But does that mean that children are gonna talk to us? Like, because we're like not children.
It doesn't mean so for sure.
Well, ladies, as you all know, I have many costumes.
Do you have a child costume?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. I love that for you.
An option. I always love to relive my youth.
Ethically questionable, I love it.
All right. Well, then I'll disguise myself.
DM, how do you roll for 21 Jump Street?
You can add that to the wild magic table. Okay, so did you want to walk over to?
I'm gonna disguise self as a child.
Okay, can you do that? You're a human.
With like just
You have
actual
disguise
makeup
self?
or?
You have disguise self?
I disguise self.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
great.
great.
Okay. So you cast disguise self.
I can only look 1 foot shorter though, so I'm
You're a large child.
4'5". 4'5", because I said I was 5'5", so.
Okay. That's
great.
It's like a 10-year-old-ish,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm tall, lanky, 10-year-old. That's not great. Do I have advantage?
You do have advantage. What are you rolling for?
I guess I don't need to roll. I don't know.
Well, you can roll a performance check to see how well you disguise yourself.
Doing
If we're gonna
disguise
give you that tall child thing that's happening, Ghostbusters QRU gives you advantage.
Oh.
All right, 1 second. Performance? Great, 23.
Okay, yeah, you look like a lanky child that has hit their growth spurt early.
My cigarette is replaced with a yo-yo. A lollipop. A lollipop.
Canonically, a yo-yo is so funny.
A yo-yo.
So as you approach,
But she still just does like this, like it is her cigarette that she's performing. Okay.
So as you approach this couple, the woman and her son, you see that it is a dwarf woman with intricately braided black hair and a dwarven rune on her right cheek. And you see that her son is wearing oversized boots and his long unkempt hair. And you notice that he is holding a plush phoenix toy.
Watch and learn, ladies.
Well, should I act like your parent or something?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
That was a given.
Okay, so, hi. We're so happy to see you here. We didn't think any other children would be here. We're so glad you brought your child.
This is my mom.
Hi. And she's caressing a glass of wine and looks to be a bit distraught. Hi, welcome to
I didn't know you had a child with you when I saw you earlier.
Yes, I'm definitely a working mother. Yes. Can we sit down? You don't mind, do you?
Okay.
We'll just make ourselves cozy.
Fine, Mom.
And
I feel like we're set back a little bit watching this go down.
Those are my aunts.
Yes.
We can maybe just keep an ear out, an eye out for anything.
Well, now we're the aunt.
Oh,
Yeah, my aunts.
yep, auntie.
oh, so many of you. Okay, and then
Close knit.
the son goes, "Oh my god! Have you ever fought a dragon? Where are you from? You have a sword? You have a bow? One time I fought a dragon and I killed it with my bare hands. And where do you come from? Do you have long hair?
Wait,
I have
as
long
a child, you just glossed over a huge thing. You killed the dragon with your bare hands. One kid to another.
Varum,
really killed
that's
me.
enough. Let them. He's some strange things have been happening. He's.
What kind of strange things? You can tell us. It's just between us mothers and aunts.
Our little niece has all kinds of strange imagination things.
Yes.
She's a weird one.
Here.
Yeah.
This
she's
one.
odd.
Huge imagination.
We'll all duck.
Just huge.
That one.
Oh, my Varm.
Love ducks.
Duck too. Oh, what a relief.
Loves phoenixes.
Oh, really?
You were gonna say feet.
And feet. Just loves them.
I got this from Isabel. She's so nice. I love Isabel.
Well-
Yes, she got this from Isabel. It's very nice, sweetie.
Hopscotch. Question. One child to another. How do I get one?
Okay. Well, first you have to fight a dragon, and then you be nice, and then Isabel will give one to you.
What did the dragon look like?
And he starts clearly just making up something. It's an imaginary dragon.
Okay.
Detect magic.
Yes.
Detect magic on the toy.
Okay, so you
And the
cast-
child. Maybe he fought a dragon, dude.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're
That
casting
kid's a
detect
whole ass
magic.
beast slayer. Oh, I'm sorry.
So you do see something this time. You see that the toy seems to be surrounded by threads of necromancy. Threads that are swirling around the toy and attaching themselves to Varum, the young boy. And you can see that he himself is then kind of shrouded in necromancy energy, but it's very faint.
Yeah, we gotta do it. Nope.
Strange things have been happening.
You should know that either.
Around, like, how long have the strange things been happening? I mean, other than the children, right? Is that about the same
it's horrible
time?
Children
what's
are
happening.
strange.
It's horrible. I mean, I was afraid it was going to happen to my Varum here too. He wandered into the woods and brought back a dead rabbit, and I thought, oh well, there we go. He's going to be cursed too. But so far, so good.
Would you say that was around the time that Isabel made this beautiful stuffed animal?
I guess so. Yes, but I mean,
Just curious.
I don't see why a toy.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey.
Candy and groundings. Mom, I need to talk to the kid. Kid to kid.
Yes.
One child to another. Please.
Can I trade you?
My kiddo doesn't know how to play necessarily. That's why we're here, socializing. It's like a thing.
Okay. She doesn't know a lot of other children. She doesn't get a lot of time for it since she's traveling with
My
us.
aunts are all old. Okay, here's the thing. Can we trade? I have this yo-yo,
Oh,
and that's
Miss Isabel gave this to me, and I really like it.
Ooh, would you like to see a magic trick?
oh yeah.
Now, here's the thing though.
And you actually see a couple other people in the tavern perking their ears up too at magic trick.
That's when Millie's gonna kind of go, okay.
This is my aunt
goodness.
that normally isn't the performer, so I'm excited.
Yes. Oh, I'm not much of a performer, but as it turns out, I think your phoenix is. Do you know the best part about phoenixes?
What?
They rise from the ashes.
Wow!
Watch this. And I'm gonna cast. This is so mean. I'm gonna.
Yeah, burn that thing.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
Okay.
On.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm going to cast Mage Hand. Just kidding. Whatever. I'm going to cast either Prestidigitation or Mage Hand. Doesn't make it matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it and make the Phoenix start dancing. Like, do like a little dance on the table. And then he's going to like jump down off of the table and like turn to the kid and give like a little salute. And then just kind of like into the fire.
Okay. Yes, you're sitting next to a fireplace.
Yeah, so like, but in like the
or
barbecue
the pit. The barbecue pit?
Into the pit. Just boop, into the pit.
Okay, so this Phoenix levitates out of the child's hand. Wow! Does a little dance magic. Wow. Everyone in the tavern is now enraptured by this Phoenix. Whoa, levitates, and all of a sudden, gets shot into the barbecue pit.
Now, before you start, no, not yet. You have to wait for the rest of the trick. All right, this is my favorite part of the trick.
Magic is supposed to make people cry.
Watch this. And Millie is going to reach into one of her suspiciously lumpy pockets, and she's gonna pull out this just like super crappy like cat. Like it looks kind of like her. Like maybe she's making it, and she's going to say, "This is Mr. Cat. So here's what we're going to do. You get Mr. Cat, and while Mr. Phoenix is rising from the ashes, you can take care of him because you know the secret about Mr. Cat?
What?
He slayed a dragon too.
He did?
He did. He's the most fearsome dragon slayer in all the land.
Wow!
Yes, and even more, Mr. Cat is going to protect you, and he will keep you safe from any harm. But you must make sure that if anybody else gives you anything suspicious, you report it to an adult. That's very important.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage from Fenderil. Okay. Or sorry, from Acorn Oasis.
Hey, what did you do in D&D today? Destroyed a child's toy.
While she does that, did any magical effect happen when the Phoenix burned, and are the necromancy tendrils still on the child?
You're not sure if it burned yet.
Ah, okay.
Because it's in the pit.
Okay, child?
Yeah, you can't see it. The Phoenix.
No, sorry, comma, next question. And the child? How's the necromancy?
The threads still seem to be shrouding the child.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a 19.
Okay, yes, you successfully trick this child into taking the cat, and he fully believes that this cat also fought a dragon, and is now calling it Mr. Whiskers, and it is his little companion.
Yes, well, don't forget it's Mr. Whiskers, the dragon slayer. And then she'll like do that thing where you like ruffle a kid's hair that no one ever does in real life.
Oh, that was so nice of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope that toy didn't burn though. I would like to.
I'll check for you. No problem. I'm good with fire.
Okay, so you go and you check, and it has landed on the edge of the pit. It hasn't burned yet.
Mold earth, knock it in.
Okay. Okay, you do so, and you knock it into the fires, into the hot coals that are smoking up onto the door.
No! And it's burning?
It's burning.
And it's burning!
Yeah. Is it turning any colors that are strange or anything?
Yeah, well, it is sort of crackling. She can see, because she has Detect Magic up, that it's crackling with like a purpley, the same necromantic energy that you've been seeing before.
Oh, dear, it does appear to be burning. Terribly. But you know what? Like
for your troubles, and Millie just pulls out of another pocket just like a pound of gold, just like an obscene amount of gold, and it's just like, I'm terribly sorry for that. And sometimes it was supposed to be a trick. He was going to march back, but I underestimated the size of the barbecue pit. You need to see it.
I can't take that.
Take what you think is fair. And she'll like dole out like 5 gold pieces.
Okay. Thank you. That's very, very nice of you. I will do this to create care packages for the parents of the children who are at home right now.
Oh, that is lovely.
Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous.
How you doing, kiddo?
It's bedtime.
What a pit is.
Oh, it was so nice to meet you.
It was
Thank
nice
you so much for your time.
meeting you too.
Guidance. And we walk away.
Okay, and where do you want to head to next?
Should we
What happened when we threw it in the fire?
Oh, it was just absolutely riddled with necromancy magic.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah,
did it destroy
you take it
the
out?
bond?
No.
Is the kid okay?
No, not at all.
Oh,
No, kid's wrecked.
we'll die.
Full of it.
Dang it.
Yeah, I will say it did seem like it was actively attached, so maybe it will stop the condition from worsening. I can't imagine that it was a good thing that it was still attached to the magic, so it's gotta get even now.
We're not making it worse by putting it into the fire that's cooking the meat that everyone's going to eat, right?
Probably not.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That is a really smart question.
That's a very good question. I suppose.
Is that how evil travels?
It's
Is that
just
how
for
like magic
children,
travels?
though.
It's a foodborne illness.
And children don't eat barbecue.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Obviously.
It's against the law.
And it only affects children.
Right.
I think we're okay. We're good.
Barbecue
I think we're fine.
eating children.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I'm sorry, necromancy is just basically E. coli, is what we're saying.
Yes, but
Well, we've made it into that.
Okay, great.
but all right. He said that he got it from Isabel.
That is terribly troubling. Now, there have been a few people that have tipped their suspicion towards Isabel.
Yes.
But I guess even if we know who, we don't particularly have a motive for why she would do that. We know there's some affiliation with the mayor between her, and we know that there's a dislike for Matilda, but I just can't imagine why she would want to hurt the children.
But if the mayor was ogling her, why would he murder her?
Right, why would he put her up for it? If they are...
Unless she refused his advance.
Or
Very
she threatened
true.
to tell his wife.
Well, perhaps while he was begawking her bosoms, maybe she's into it, and they're going to run off together.
Maybe we talk to the pervert mayor's wife.
Should we go to Isabel's house too? Sure. We talk about it. We can steal her clothes before we frame her for murder.
I love it.
Well, I actually don't know if it's framing.
Yeah, I don't know. She might be guilty.
Are we doing a murder?
We could do a murder. I don't know.
I'm always in
we
for
murdered
a murder.
a toy.
You know how I feel about murder.
If anybody had any question if you're witches or not, this is solidifying.
Potentially, we have discussed that we are potentially doing a large murder by the toy that has landed in the food source.
Children don't.
We will have to leave this.
I'm saying there's other people that can be murdered than children.
They're fine.
Do you guys want to like talk to anybody else in here, or should we go to
Well,
the
the
house,
botanist.
get some clothes?
The botanist wore the blonde half elf that seems to
Oh
be.
my goodness.
I think that was the botanist, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Just
And
a hello.
listen,
Just a quick hello.
the way she's talking, I know that person. She's compensating.
Why don't you take the lead then?
Hey,
Why don't you go ahead?
Work
I wasn't
on
gonna remind her.
and like
I wasn't
become
gonna remind her
yourself
she was still a
again.
child.
I am.
As you are kind of glancing in that direction, talking about this group of people, you hear the young human man saying, "Oh, but it can't be her. I love her. It's just there's just no reason it would be her. She would never hurt a fly. Don't be stupid. Do you have any reason besides the fact that you glanced at her one time and you love her? She doesn't even know who you are, Dwaylen." And you can see that is Galadra, the botanist that is mentioned that is speaking.
I believe the boy who was in love with Elizabeth, as someone here described. I could pop by and talk to them.
Excuse me, botanist. First time
Are
I said
you
that
still
word.
a child?
Yes.
You changed.
No, we have no time.
Time is of the essence.
Couldn't have
And that child is still here, and
I'm
me
so
changing
sorry.
in front of him is scarring.
This is my child. I'm so sorry.
Cool. You brought your child to the tavern.
She's not the only one.
Yeah, that's true.
We were really looking for somebody who knew a lot about plants.
Well, somebody sent you to me, didn't they?
It's true.
I do know I'm the resident botanist. There's not a lot of educated people in this town, but I am. So ask away if you wanted any information about botany. And
You helped Elizabeth, right? She's no longer a child, but was recently a child based on her age.
Elizabeth, yes, I occasionally help her with her.
You helped her when she was a kid.
Oh, yes, I mean, we gardened together. It's just far advanced her at this point. So.
Was it a race? Were you trying? I mean, you were teaching her. Were you trying to outdo?
Mom, everything's a race.
Sorry,
as a
I'm
kid.
sorry. I'm sorry. Competition.
Galadra begins to monologue to you and mansplain to you all about botany.
Oh, bored.
It's very boring.
Hey, why don't you like Elizabeth?
You're turning to Dwaylen? Oh, sorry.
To her.
Wait, you don't like Elizabeth.
Why don't you like Elizabeth?
I don't dislike Elizabeth. I don't know. She's a bit boring and...
Oh, that is true.
She's boring and sad.
Very boring.
But not the point.
Try weeding a garden with the girl. It's like torture.
Do you think she's guilty?
Honestly, it's...
From one kid to what was recently a kid, we can't be guilty of much. Maybe drinking too much milk.
Oh my gosh. Growing so fast.
My
Brain's
niece is slow.
so big. Oh, sweetie. That's so smart.
I don't know. Honestly, I guess it might be Elizabeth because she like dabbles in plants, but like I don't really have a standing either
But
way.
you also dabble in plants.
In fact, you just
do.
kind of said that you don't even dabble. You are like
An expert, yes, and she continues to monologue. And Dwaylen, he says, oh, I don't. It's not Elizabeth. It's not Elizabeth. She's innocent. I'm telling you, she's
Well, then who is
innocent.
it?
Well,
Why do you say that?
well, she's just really nice, you know. She's never hurt no one, and you know she can't help it that her mum is you know the way she is, and you know I have a younger sister. I'm not again about the younger sister. Always wailing about the young. Who cares about the younger sister? I have a younger sister.
Excuse me, children present.
Who is? She's been repeatedly wandering the streets at night, and I don't know why. And I know that Elizabeth wouldn't do such a thing.
your little sister is wandering the streets at night?
Yes.
Is she
Are
impacted?
they in a daze, kind of?
Yes, it's like she's sleepwalking, but then the eyes are filled up with blood, and I don't know, the nose has gone soft, and there's wrinkles around her eyes. It's very strange.
Weird question. Has anyone given her anything recently? Like a present?
Perhaps, I do believe she received a toy hammer. You see, I'm the apprentice to the smithy, and she received, I know she has a toy so she could be like, a toy hammer so she could be like me.
Do you think that you could bring us this toy hammer? I would love to see it. I love hammers.
Mom,
I would love to see it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
You have advantage from Fenderville.
Question
Thank
also,
you.
what is a toy hammer? Just a soft hammer?
I was like a hammer, but small.
Just as hard though.
Yes.
Okay, like an inefficient hammer.
Yes.
You know the little ones the doctors use on your knee?
Dirty
Toy hammer.
Got it.
Dirty 20? Yes. Right away, you know, you kind of look like her.
Like your little sister?
No, Elizabeth, your energy, it's good. And he runs off
Weird kid.
to grab the hammer. And
While he's gone, hey everybody, quick chat. Yes. Did you notice that they described that his little sister was like aging, essentially?
Yes.
Interesting. And Isabel looks fantastic for her age. Remember, you were wondering about her skincare.
So does Isabel.
Sorry, I meant Isabel, not
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
oh, right.
I did mean Isabel. Elizabeth is a child. She should look like one.
I'm sorry, are you saying that these toys restore youth?
Are you saying?
I don't know if I'm going to say that to you.
Are you saying?
I don't know if I'm going to tell you that. I don't know if I trust you with that.
Are you saying
I'm just curious.
I'm saying I think the toys are sapping maybe the youth out of the children and giving it to Isabel. And that's why she's super hot.
Yeah, but in fairness, Matilda also keeping it tight.
Honestly, yes, but like it's
There's
like
many
she's
older
great-
women in the party that look great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You wouldn't understand. You're a child.
I have the toy. I have the hammer.
It really is just a small hammer.
It's exactly as you described. It's a very small hammer.
And detect magic still up?
Sure is.
Necromancy.
Same threads of necromancy.
I don't know if I would hold on to that.
Can we throw it in the fire? I'm sorry. I just am ready.
Do you throw it into the fire? Yes. Okay, so
Look, these people have already done. Do you want me to do an acrobatics check or a dexterity?
I'm gonna say, okay, actually, yes, because you're going to further infect the coals of the town barbecue. So
Amazing.
Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check to get that back hammer.
Nobody said it was catching.
You have advantage from Omar Najam.
Oh, thank you, Omar Najam.
Hi, Omar.
Oh no, 12.
Is that how you say his last name?
Najam.
Najam.
Oh, thank you, Omar Najam. Najam.
What'd you get?
Oh, I forgot already. 12. 11. 11. Did I say 11? Oh no.
Is it 11?
I think it's 11.
What's on your
Nope.
dice?
Well, this was my second roll.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think.
Oh gosh, guys.
Was it
Can I
less
just?
than?
Right.
What is
I
it?
don't remember.
Reroll, just reroll.
Somebody, I feel like somebody in the chat's gonna be like, she said blah blah. Oh, this is way better. I feel kind of bad. It's 18.
You deserve it.
18. Thank you.
Deserve it.
Thank you.
Omar
Think of
gave
the
that
pin.
to you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're right next to the spit. You easily mage-handed the phoenix into the fire, so you're able to throw the toy hammer into the fire, further necromanticizing the coals.
Does it squeak and stuff? It's like.
Hammer sounds.
It's like,
Yes,
Traditional
but,
hammer
but
noises.
only Vyra can hear it with her detect magic.
Quick question, sir. Where did you get that hammer? Did you say? Did anyone give it to you?
My sister got it from Isabel. God. Is there something wrong with it? Why'd you throw it into the fire?
oh, I'm very clumsy.
I feel like
Clumsy.
My mom hates toys.
What?
I do.
We're an only wooden toy
My
house,
sister's
and
going to be very upset.
it's all right, my darling. And I reach into my pack, and it's in the book. It is in the book. It's in the book. Adventuring kits contain a hammer. And so I pull out a hammer, and I say, I think a sister as intrepid and lovely as your sister deserves a full-size hammer, and one that's been, shall we say, well, it's got a bit of a protection spell on it. So why don't you take that and give it to her with our compliments, and then I'll give him like 2 gold pieces and say, and for your trouble, I know it's a bad look flinging children's toys into the fire, but I promise this will all make sense in time.
He's enraptured by this attention that he's getting from the group of you. He doesn't get a lot of attention usually. He's just listening to somebody talk about botany usually. And he's very taken aback that you're paying so much attention to him and gifting him. So he says, you know, do you all think it's Isabel then? Because I could help you. Anything to clear Elizabeth's name, I will help you.
We can't particularly answer as formal investigators. We couldn't say that we think someone is guilty until our formal ruling.
The case
but
is still open.
How could you help?
Oh,
How are you useful?
I happen to know the cook at Isabel's residence, and I could get you in the back door. If you wanted to investigate, and I could go with you.
Well,
Couldn't we just go in?
rather than going with us, perhaps you could do something else, and this is going to sound very strange. But could you go around and just steal as many toys as you possibly could?
That would be very helpful.
Just go around to the sick children and just take their toys. Just take them all.
Yeah.
I know it's going to sound very mean.
It does sound mean.
But here's a bag of gold. It'll be sort of like a magical fairy situation.
tooth fairy.
Yeah, I don't know if that exists in this universe.
It does now.
Just show the gold. Just show the
And you
gold.
can put
Did you just become the tooth fairy?
I think so. Canonically, the eye fairy. if you
Odd
will.
Santa Claus happening
But you
here.
can put a piece of gold under each of their pillows, you know, and such things. And if parents raise a fuss, you can give them a second. But just maybe take the.
Can you keep monologuing, please, about
Yes.
this plan? Because you have a monologue from Christoph Moon Warrior.
Yes, I do. Hello, husband.
We have a witchy cackle from Fenderil. And another one from Chifrikas.
We see, because in where I come from, in Tabaxi culture, there's a creature called the Grinch, who's a kind and giving fellow who goes around, takes toys. But then what he does is he takes them back to his home on the high mountains of Strixhaven, and then he fixes them and he brings them back. And well, that's what I want to do. I want to carry on a grand tradition of the Grinch. I want to take their toys, I want to fix them, I want to make them better. And then redistribute them because I feel like at some point we have to stop burning the toys. So, but if you could be so good, and here's a bag.
We're redistributing the toy well.
It's a bag of holding, so it'll hold all of the toys.
You're giving Dwaylen a bag of holding?
Yes, but I expect it back, young man.
Oh, of course, of course.
So you want to
You're
take
never
it
gonna
and
get
just,
it back.
and
It's
I'm
like when I
assuming-
bring Tupperware to my friend's house. You never get it
Yes,
back.
you're never gonna get
Child
it back.
Tupperware
We
parties
just
are
want
very
you to
common.
know that we really believe in you.
Yes.
We really appreciate
honestly,
you.
we
Tupperware
don't
plates.
just-
Amazing.
Wow.
So important to us.
Wow. Oh, what? This is. I will do exactly as you say.
Wonderful.
Great, go.
And
Strong.
you believe him. He will do exactly as you
But
say.
start with the really sick ones first.
He-
Like, check their beds, check their pillows. Sick ones first.
He's running all around the town, all around Crooked Craw right now.
Okay, I don't know how much more evidence we need, but
I feel like
find out
we should
how?
go to a house.
maybe we'll find out something that could reverse it, or find out how she did it.
Yes.
All right. Isabel's it is.
Straight to Isabel's.
Okay, so
Get
by
me out
now,
of this children's disguise. Quick.
do you change up back out into?
As soon as that other child is out of it, I don't want to scar the other child.
You walk out of the tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so by now, after talking to a lot of the townsfolk and the mayor and the guard post and everybody else, you know where Isabel's house is, and you make your way there. And it is, you actually pass Matilda's house on the way. And Matilda's residence is very upscale because of her husband's previous status. And Isabel's residence is also kind of like an upper class residence. And you find the front door is locked.
Can we just kick it in?
I
I have tools. I got this.
this is your thing.
So
hang back.
I take out my inventory and I pick the lock. So is it a normal lock? Can we see the lock?
Yes, it is a normal lock. You can pick it.
Okay.
It is not magically enchanted. It's just a simple lock.
I got this.
You pick it successfully. This is very easy. And you walk in, and you can see that on the ground level of her residence, you see a parlor room with comfy chairs and an ornate fireplace, a dining room, a kitchen. You can see that there are stairs that go up to an upper level, should you want to go explore up there. And
Seems like she's potentially, for someone in between jobs, been provided a very nice residence
Yes.
by the mayor.
How do you feel about the vibe in here?
Oh, it's off.
I redirect that question to you, honestly.
All right. Well, I'm sensing something sort of strange. It's kind of coming from upstairs and then downstairs, but not really this floor. You did say there is a, you guys saw that there was a basement, right? Did you see stairs to the basement? There's something under here. No? Do you guys not sense that?
Are there stairs to the basement?
you do not see that there are stairs to the basement.
That's strange because I'm just sensing some energy down there.
I'll just keep doing detect magic. I mean, I'll just keep doing it.
Amazing.
I've got level 1 spell slots for days.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. How far does it go?
30 feet around me, and I am going to wander.
Where are you? Tell me where
just-
you are. There was a parlor room, there was a dining room, and there was a kitchen on this floor.
I'll pop it up as we walk in the front door, and I will proceed through that first room, which I believe you said was like a parlor room.
Parlor room.
And then just kind of follow the layout of the house.
Okay.
As everyone else can do the useful investigating things.
So when you get to the kitchen, you do sense an abjuration energy coming from below you.
All right.
I'll cast Eye for Detail to find any clues or uncover anything.
I just got shivers.
Okay. What does that do? You get an advantage on something?
I get to, where am I?
I'm gonna have you roll
a perception check
a perception
to
check.
spot a hidden object or uncover or decipher clues.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You have advantage from Reckless Comedy, and
Okay.
I know we didn't do it this way last time, but I think this is better. I'm gonna give you a +5 to this because of that trait.
Great. Nice. 17.
+5.
+5.
Okay, so you can tell that there is a hidden door in the kitchen, but you do not see any way of opening it around you.
It's like in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Just blast
Like
it
a
open.
trapdoor?
Like a trapdoor.
Like a trapdoor in the kitchen.
You know, just blast it open.
Oh.
I've seen this before in shows. There's always a lever. So I'm just gonna, is there anything on the shelves?
We
I'm
start
just,
moving
I-
books.
yeah.
It's in the kitchen.
Everything I'm just pulling off shelves.
Okay.
Yeah, just twisting.
And lifting.
You proceed to pull things off of shelves. You're smashing bottles. Silverware is on the floor. There's flour getting all over your clothing. And you're not finding the lever in the kitchen.
Did we find the source of the abjuration magic, or that's coming from like
Coming from below.
downward?
Kind of like where that trapdoor is.
Great.
Isn't there a cook? Didn't what's his name said there was a cook or someone that worked here? Should we find him?
We should probably clean up first.
The cook is not gonna love what we did to his.
Oh,
It's
it's the
It's
kitchen in
extenuating
particular.
circumstance.
We could
I
let
agree.
Catboy in here
You don't
and just
see-
say it was Catboy's fault.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cat boy.
Cat boy!
Now,
He did it.
I did not.
You don't see any staff in Isabel's house right now. It's kind of seeming like everybody had taken the day off of work, and they're also like they work for like potentially a witch, so they're not there right now.
Right.
Okay.
Try, like, prying it open. Like,
Just straight up pulling
yeah,
floorboards up.
just you know, basic rudimentary tools.
I'll use
Yeah?
a scimitar.
Oh,
Yeah, can you take
okay.
a sword and see if you can like crank it?
All right, so our druid pulls out a full scimitar and starts
It's a very normal thing for a druid to carry.
Casual.
It's a scimitar.
starts yanking on the edge of this trapdoor, and you're not able to activate it. But what you do hear is a from upstairs, as if there's some kind of like mechanism resistance that's happening
Upstairs.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
You said you also sent something upstairs. So
True. Okay, let's go.
spot on.
Okay, so you head upstairs, and up there's a large library, a sitting room,
I
a
could live
master
in this house.
bedroom. It's a fabulous house.
I think it's
Great
going to be
bones.
available pretty soon.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this would be money to get this house.
I called dibs on the wardrobe.
There is art everywhere, I will say. There is art on the walls. Fancy art.
Is it following us?
It's not
Okay,
fun.
like, you know, like the eyes.
Yes.
It feels
the
like
art.
it is, but every time you glance over, they're still looking in the same direction.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
so-
flattered by the art.
I'm wondering if the thing is here. So we push the button here and then it goes poop downstairs.
I would think so.
That's a good idea. That's
This-
so we start.
A very country.
Yeah, do the same thing a bit.
Moving
Where are
things-
you?
I'm upstairs.
Okay. There was a library, a sitting room, and a large master bedroom.
What would be above the kitchen?
The library.
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 All right,
Okay.
it's one of the books. Pull them all off.
I'll help. There's a lot more of it here.
All right.
Millie starts taking like the statues and just doing like one of these like, off the edges of it. I'm very pleased.
There's lots for you to knock over in this
Yes,
room.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, you're very satisfied. Your tabaxi is very satisfied.
I'll start taking all the sconces and pulling them like
Yeah.
levers.
Okay, so as you're pulling and looking around this library, you're actually not seeing any books that have anything to do with witchcraft or magic at all. You're seeing a lot of art history books. However,
She's just as boring as the other one.
your detect magic is still running.
It should be. It's
10 minutes?
been more than 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. You still don't sense anything.
Oh.
Sorry.
Better be not bait and switched a little.
I had an idea.
Wait, what was that last word?
I said she doesn't sense anything.
She was just checking.
Nothing here. Just checking. Sure.
I'll recast Eye for Detail for any clues in the room.
Roll an investigation check, please, with advantage from Reckless Comedy.
Okay.
Nice.
And you're going to get a +5 from your feature.
Ooh, 10. Plus 5.
Plus
15.
5? Oof. Okay, you needed that. So, you succeed. And
You also have a modifier on your character sheet.
Yeah, I do. I have
it's a
even more
+2,
than
I
that.
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 17. So, as you're looking, you see a lot of art history books, and then all of a sudden, you see the word tryst. And you're like, tryst. That doesn't fit in with art history. And you see a book of scandalous nature, The Various Trysts of Victoria Saxe Coburg. What do you do?
I found this smut. What was the name?
I kind of love
The
that
Various
she-
Trysts of Victoria Saxe Coburg.
These are 2 different books. This one book.
One book.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys.
Did we just
I think it's
call it?
actually
pretty on brand that somebody so put together would read something like this.
Sure.
I mean, who doesn't read a bit of smart now and then? You know what I mean? It's just to keep the brain afloat.
I'm reading this art history book and it's awful.
Would you like to read the smart instead?
Yes, please.
Could you go to the bedroom and do detect magic and perhaps the thing that you do? Because she looks really good for her age. So I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with like the dressing it's like, because if I'm an evil blood-sucking sorceress, where am I going to do my magic at? Of course in front of my mirror. She couldn't stop looking at herself even in the interrogation.
And if she doesn't have stacks of those creams that she described, we already know she's lying.
Yes. So and if she doesn't, we just take them with us because she looks fantastic.
Okay, let's check her bathroom cabinet for creams.
Yeah.
And then we'll check her vanity in her bedroom.
You want to maybe divide and conquer. If you want to check the
do
bathroom,
it.
we'll check the bedroom.
Do we want to open the book?
Are you leaving the book?
Well, should we check it? Should we
Yes.
should we touch it first? Yeah. We're just gonna take it off the shelf? Who wants to do
What do you want to do?
You found it.
You found it. What do you want to do?
I would like to. Wait, does anybody have like a mage hand to take it?
Oh, I
that
do.
We don't get too close. What if it's
Yes,
a
I
trap?
do.
I'll do it.
His name's Wally and he mainly plays piano for me.
Okay.
It looks like that too.
So you pull on this book, and indeed, just as Reggie described, classic movie situation.
French door farce, basically, yeah.
You pull the book, and rumble, 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 and you feel as though the cellar door has opened in the kitchen.
Okay.
Reggie, you have a monologue from Gateway Guy.
Yes. Reggie.
Ladies, this is it. All right. First off, I love what we've done with our time here. We need to divide and conquer, as you said, but I think first we all go downstairs, look for the magic, and then check out the creams. That's the order of appearance. Also, I just want to put this out there. If there is a child in town that we are not particularly fond of, and we can have one toy and one child that we can dispose of, I would not mind a little help.
Well, I already said I don't really like kids.
Yeah.
I'm just floating it, okay? I'm floating it out there.
Reggie, you don't need it.
You look wonderful, Reggie.
You are all gorgeous, and I love you. Don't make me cry.
I'll do it. I swear I will.
Don't you dare.
Look at you. Look in the mirror. Hold on. Pulling you into the bathroom. Look at that.
Wait, don't
Let's
look
go
at
check
You
your
don't need
bedroom
this?
quickly.
I'm old.
No, Reggie, really look. Take a second. You know what I see?
This is what I tell you guys to do when I ask you to do your
gracefully-
monologues.
Reggie?
Gracefully aging fantasy Catherine Hepburn.
Reggie, I'd kiss the hell out of you.
Oh, great. What?
Out of the windows of Isabel's library, you can see that the sun is starting to set.
I'd
We
kiss
should
you.
get a move on.
It's
Honestly,
almost
that's
dusk.
all I needed. That's gonna last me another 10 years.
All right, to the basement. To the basement.
Before we do go to the basement, we have a cackle from Fenderill. However, it is a very special cackle, so I'm gonna need. What do we need? Cat boy.
A cat call.
A catcall from Catboy, please. No.
Yeah. On camera, on
I
camera.
took off my nose.
Put it on.
Horrifying.
Oh no! Oh, God. Don't judge me.
Cackle.
Thank you.
Cat boy.
All right, so you head downstairs into the kitchen, and you see that there is a secret trapdoor into the cellar, and what you find is a classic witch's dungeon. In there, you see a large cauldron, you see animal skulls, you see scores of plaster baby heads around. Doesn't seem for there to be a reason for those to be there. They're just around.
Why did you have one? J'accuse!
I just saw it. It was right here. I just picked it up.
Some of the features that are peeling away, some of them are cracked in half. Very odd. Bags of foul-smelling ingredients hanging from the ceiling. And, of course, you see there is toys. They're not actually enchanted, from what you can tell so far. They're just sitting there. And you also see what appears to be a stalagmite in a cage. It's me trying to stack sliders like my
Well, we shouldn't touch that, probably.
Okay, listen though. She shows up,
Right,
hooks up with the mayor,
right.
and poisons a bunch of toys for
Right.
children. What's her deal? We get that she's done it, but why?
Well, maybe she's just like a traveling succubus, like going town to town, stealing the youths, and then, you know.
I'm going to tell you, ladies, once again, and I want you all to have a lot more confidence than I may have had, but getting old is hard. Okay?
I think she's just an old woman.
Yes, it's hard to look in the mirror and not recognize yourself, all right? Do you think this skin is natural? I have lifted my face many times. Look at these hands.
We hadn't noticed.
Thank you.
not at all.
I got really, really good. I'm a really, really good guy.
Yeah?
Yes, if you ever need him. I'm just telling you, getting older is hard. What more motive do you need?
I suppose.
Do you think that maybe... Well, what if the mayor isn't complicit? Maybe she, like, seduced the mayor in order to get him on her side.
Possible, but I'm not willing to assume a man is innocent.
Well, yes.
Full stop.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's fair.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we do? Do we burn it with fire? Like, do we...
Well, should we check this stalagmite?
What's the magic on that? On the stalagmite.
I would say it's been more than 10 minutes of you investigating the house by now. You can cast it again, though, if you'd like.
I will.
Okay. So when you cast Detect Magic in this layer, the whole place lights up with necromancy magic.
Oh.
And,
Like a weird black light.
yes, like a very strange
See,
black
now
light.
we're doing Rune Raiders.
It's what you wanted.
We're doing it. It's full
Living your dream.
What also is revealed to you with your Detect Magic is what has remained hidden until now is 3 purple orbs about this big that are floating in the air around you. And you're not getting any magic off of this stalagmite.
Oh, well.
Why is it in a cage?
Safekeeping?
I mean, it's like, is it just like an aesthetic thing?
Should we let it out?
Just going for a dungeon vibe.
Do you want to free it?
No.
The
I'll
sun
point out
is
the
setting,
orbs.
though. I want to press upon you.
I'll
the sun
check.
is
I'll just do
setting.
a quick check. Whatever, eye for detail, whatever it was, where I just look for any clue around that cage or that stalagmite.
You want to do an investigation check on the cage?
It's
okay.
in a cage.
So you have advantage. It is in a cage from Reckless Comedy, and add a +5 to that.
Okay.
It's such a good...
17. 12 plus 5.
Okay. You already roll very well for that. Okay, so on your investigation check, you can see that what is inside the cage is breathing. It's very hard to discern. Only you can tell because you're investigating and you're doing it very well. But you're getting kind of a slight...
Can you guys hear that?
No.
The thing is breathing. It's alive.
The rock?
The rock thing
Well,
in the cage.
Like something inside,
Can
or the
anyone
rock itself is actually moving and breathing?
Yes.
Come up as magical.
Maybe it's a creature. Can anyone speak? Or I can just hear it's breathing. That's all I know.
And if it's an animal, we could certainly speak to it, but I'm not sure that it is.
could I do an Arcana check to see if I've ever heard of such a creature?
Yeah, you can.
Right.
You have advantage from Forever Fish 96.
Oh, thanks, Forever Fish.
Do it quickly. The sun's going down,
I know,
and that means something.
I pushed the wrong
It's
button.
a decision at
Oh, right.
And here's they don't burn all 3 for it.
I got a 4.
No, you don't know. It looks like rock.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we do something about the orbs, though?
We should probably, I mean, okay. Maybe we should talk to Isabel, realistically. Maybe we should go and say, hi, we've confirmed that she's definitely sapping all of the youth out of your children. Or we talk to the mayor's wife, but I don't know if we'll have time at this point. But she should know how to stop all of this, and once she's caught, maybe she'll be able to tell us.
Oh, we should send Jarvis. What's his name? That's not right.
Javin.
Javin, that's the one.
Close enough.
We should send him here so he can look at it and be our witness. That is proof.
All right.
You know, just so somebody else sees it.
That will do wonders for his confidence also.
I know.
Yes,
And
very
maybe his
useful.
limp will.
And maybe that other kid, he loves it when we pay attention.
I think he's stealing the children's toys still.
Oh, that's right.
I have also a wild idea. What if we took the cage off the stalagmite?
I like the chaos of it.
Scary
but
idea.
It's
Yes.
almost dark.
Yeah, all right, heat metal, break the cage.
Heat metal?
See if I can break the metal.
Okay, you certainly can make the metal pliant. Should you want to find a way to open it?
I have a crowbar.
yeah.
If you soften it, I can crowbar it open.
Okay.
Set them free.
Let's heat that metal.
Yeah.
You open the bars of the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Are you touching the stalagmite at all, or just the cage?
Just the cage with a crowbar.
Okay. Nothing happens.
It
Still
doesn't
breathing.
Why did you ask if she was touching it?
No reason, probably.
No reason.
Should we see? Does anybody have like?
We should send Jarvis.
I have a pet
Jarvis can handle
rat. We
this.
can see what happens if my pet rat touches.
That's
Wait,
Actually, no, maybe not my pet. Does anybody have like a familiar or something that will go back to
Oh,
the book?
Wally, my mage hand. Can my mage hand? Okay, Wally.
You've got rocks. We could just throw a rock in.
Oh yes, let's throw something at it. Okay.
So you throw a rock at it,
everybody back up, back up, back up.
and all of you see a large eye open and look at you. And it starts to breathe, and you see a very large mouth, huge mouth, open up like some crazy deep water sea creature with thousands of teeth in a circle, layers and layers and layers of sharp teeth, and tentacles start to reach out and snap towards you out of the opening of the cage that you've created.
Oh, now the cage is pretty small. It hits that heat metal then.
Sorry, what?
It's got to hit that heat metal if it's reaching through the cage.
Well, you've created an opening, so it's reaching through the opening of the
It's
cage.
not touching the cage at all? The cage isn't touching it at all?
I mean,
Fair
the cage
enough.
is touching part of it. It's touching the bottom of it.
Ouchies.
The whole cage is hot?
Yeah, it's heat metal.
Okay.
When you heat metal, you heat the metal.
All right,
That's
so
just
the
bad.
bottom of it, basically like its feet right now are being touched by this scorching hot metal. And its tendrils whip out. It has 6 tendrils at a time that it can whip out at you. And the first one is going to whip out of the opening, and you two are standing in front of it because you were...
Yeah.
Who had the crowbar? Who was opening the crowbar?
Me.
That was you? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna try to hit you. All right, so it will...
Am I standing near?
Yeah, you're. This is a small circular, kind of like converted wine cellar. So you're all very close.
Can I use mirror image?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mirror image.
Cool.
And what does that do?
So you're going to create a copy of yourself, right?
Three of them.
3 of yourself. Okay.
Nice.
So you create 3 copies of 3 illusory duplicates of yourself. And that means when if it tries to attack you, it's going to have to roll against one of those first. So with that tendril, it will try to grapple you. So I have advantage from A.G. McLeod. Thank you, A.G. McLeod.
Oh, should I have said? I think I meant like I grab her and I pull her aside and I do mirror image.
Well, it's going to attack her before you can do that.
So fast. Okay.
Yeah.
So fast.
All right. I rolled bad, but I have advantage. So that's a 23 to hit. So I'm guessing that hits because your AC is lower than that. So you are grappled, so you're restrained, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And it is coiling around you right now and just...
Okay, it's not moving out of the cage though, right?
But quick question.
It keeps because the cage is hot, it is recoiling constantly from the heat of the metal.
Yeah, because it'll stay hot for 1 minute, and every time it touches the metal, it'll continue to take the damage. Because typically you would put it on someone's armor or their weapon, and they would be able to drop that. But they can't drop this cage.
How much damage am I taking?
3 d8s.
Nice.
3d8
at the top of every round.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that's happened at least twice by now because the initial shock of the heat metal I think would hit. So are you rolling damage?
I rolled 15 initially.
Okay.
And I can just keep re-rolling it, or you can take the same number. It's up to you.
Yeah,
First time.
you said 15 the first time?
Yeah.
So we'll say 2 rounds of that, so it's taken 30 damage. All right, so...
I also have, I don't know how restrained I am, but I have Hellish Rebuke if I get damaged.
Nice.
Okay, and what does Hellish Rebuke do?
I point my finger, and the creature that damaged me is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll to contest that. What's the save on that? I have advantage from Fendaril.
Yay. What do I see?
I think that might be.
Save
let me
dex
see it on
15?
here, actually. For Hellish Rebuke, it's a dex save of 15.
15.
You took damage,
Okay.
yeah?
Oh, no, I was just restrained?
just grappled. Yeah.
So then I have to take damage, or I can't do it.
Huh?
I have to take damage. So if I didn't take damage, then I can't do it.
Oh, you did not take damage. No,
Okay.
you did not. You are just
Sorry.
grappled.
Now we know.
Yeah.
I can take damage. I can clap back.
Yes.
But it's also, then you have your reaction still.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody else want to do anything?
So she's grappled.
Yes.
There's 4 of me.
It's very sad. There's 4 of you. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Enthrall.
Okay, and what does Enthrall do?
I weave a distracting string of words, causing a creature of my choice that I can see within range to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and what happens? Okay, so I'll make the save.
Any creature that can't be charmed. So if it can't be charmed, then this doesn't apply.
It can
Okay.
It can be charmed.
On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on Wisdom perception checks made until the spell ends, and can no longer hear you. So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I need to roll?
A Wisdom save.
And what are your words? Oh, it's cocked. Okay, I rolled really well, unfortunately. That is a 20.
That saves.
Yeah.
Okay. She just starts a monologue about, in my day, a performance, you're starting a little bit hot. So we call this basically a cold open, okay? So how and it just doesn't work. And the creature, there's not enough knowledge. We're not starting with enough knowledge, so this isn't.
And it grasps tighter on you, but then is shocked again by the heat metal and takes another 15 damage from the heat metal at the cage. And it's starting to look bad right now.
This is so silly. I'm sorry. Can he please make a Constitution saving throw?
Okay, why?
No reason.
Okay, let's do the advantage on my Constitution saving throw. Oh, that's really good too. I'm really. I can roll well as a DM, but not as a player.
Is nobody imposing disadvantage anymore?
Seriously.
I don't understand.
Not me. I guess not. I just rolled a 22.
Oh, well then, never mind. It's cool. I'll wait.
Okay. All right. So this roper, this is what this monster is called, is going to take another 15 damage because this cage is. How long is this? A minute.
1 minute.
A minute. Okay. So this is 10 rounds. Okay.
And I'm randomly not sure what to do with all 4 of me. I'm like, there's nowhere to run. It's so crowded in
You
here.
can roll a strength or dexterity check to get out of this roper's grasp if you'd
Okay,
like.
yeah, I can take cunning action too to. I guess it doesn't really work because disengage just means get out of the fight, not get out of.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay,
go ahead
I'll
and
do
roll
that.
a strength or dexterity check.
With this.
I have advantage to contest it from Fendaril. I rolled very bad. I rolled
So did I.
very bad.
Thank you,
4, but what do I have as my dexterity plus 7? Ooh, that's lovely.
Oh wow.
11.
Okay, you got it. Okay, so you escape from the roper's grasp and it recoils back into the cage. It takes another burn, another 15 points of damage from the heat metal that Vyra has cast upon this. It is now looking very, very bad.
I jumped back and I take out my short bow and I just shoot an arrow at it to try to damage it.
That makes sense.
Okay, so roll to attack.
Great. With what? Same?
Roll the d20.
Okay.
And then have your arrow damage ready if you get it.
16.
She does have advantage.
You have advantage from
What do you?
Reckless
So
Comedy.
I rolled
Thank you,
16.
Kitty.
Where do I go to?
What are you trying to do again?
I shot my bow.
Oh, okay. So look at your actions. And then, that didn't go to your actions. That went to your abilities.
Did you roll twice for advantage? What'd you get?
To your
Oh, no.
actions. There we go.
Here.
Your bow is a +7 to hit.
Okay, great.
+7?
Nice.
Oh boy.
So what did I say? 17?
You said 16 the first
16,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
16
12.
plus 7.
So 16 plus 7.
Okay, yeah, that hits. So roll your damage against the roper.
Okay.
In retrospect, we probably shouldn't have thrown a rock in it.
Disagree. I'm having a great time.
Open the cage and throw a rock.
Yeah, let me see it.
Is there any way we can just shut the cage?
You have 1d6 and then add 4 to it.
So what you're seeing is this large rock creature is again and again and trying to grasp with its tendrils out of this cage, and this is a very small room. It's like just snapping very, very, very close to you. Sorry, I must knock your drink over. And you knock an arrow and pull it back. You've escaped its grasp and backed up. And
I fired my bow for 7 points of damage and
Okay.
goes straight into one of his eyes looking at us.
Okay, that's all you needed. This guy, and in a circular motion, it's very trippy looking. The teeth kind of sucks back up into the rock, and it closes its bleeding eye, and it recoils into the cage.
Okay, that was all.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to close this
Can we close this back up? Do we want to?
Can you heat the metal and we'll put it
It's
back
still
in place?
warm. We just have to be very careful touching it. Maybe it's mage hands?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
Wally.
could crowbar it too.
Wally can put it
Oh, there
back
you go.
together then.
The question is, was that thing there just to protect this room, maybe? Or is it more involved?
All right, well, what we need to do now, I think this is a good question, but we have to figure out our plan of action.
Ladies! And you hear the voice of Dwaylen. It's dark out and everybody's crowded around the gallows waiting for you.
We just have to go and say that it's Isabel, and then we'll figure out the rest later.
Ooh,
Should we bring these giant eyeball sea creatures?
No.
What about the orbs?
Yeah, we should take
We
some kind
can't
of
see
proof.
the orbs.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't see them?
Only she can see them.
I've told you about them, so you know that they're there, but we won't be able to show them to people.
Hey, real quick.
Where are you? Oh, what's this door here?
Hi.
Hello. We're not. He pokes his head down. Oh, what is this?
Yeah, it's pretty wrecked.
You have to. This is evidence.
Yeah, that's
you
what
have
we're
to
doing.
go. It's
Very
completely
good.
black.
Right, we're
Everybody's
investigators.
yelling and screaming. The women have been standing out for an hour waiting for you.
We've been a little busy. Sure. Climb back up. Push past the kid.
Can you do your looky-loo to see if there's any like super bad necromancy books that we can take with us?
Oh yeah, let me see if there. So I do my eye for detail for any clues or anything we can take with us as proof.
You could certainly take the toys with you as proof.
But what about that book? What happened to that book?
It was just a money
just
book
letters
that opened the
open.
door.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I thought it actually had something.
There's also, there's plaster
little
baby
smut.
heads. Everything is just dripping in necromancy.
All right, I'm just going to take some stuff and put it in my pocket. We're going to figure it out when we get there.
We
Pad
didn't have
lumpy
time to
pockets.
go up to the bedroom to grab any lotions or anything, right? We didn't check that.
That actually acts against us.
I actually grabbed two.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if they're made from Michels. Never mind.
All right, so Dwaylen takes you guys hurriedly back to the town square where you see the same scene that you saw this morning, and everybody is livid. Everyone is screaming and shouting. Who is it then? Have they decided? Who's getting hanged? Who's the witch? Who's the witch?
I'll jump up onto the platform and I'll offer a hand down to Reggie.
The guards actually prevent everybody from going up onto the platform.
You've hired us to do this.
Is the mayor there?
The mayor is there. He is on the platform. What is it?
What do you things to say?
You decided.
One.
You decided.
I specifically said, have refreshments when you do this next time, and there is nothing.
Well, I was blowed up like a blueberry. I didn't have time
I
to
am
make
only hearing
refreshments.
excuses in show business. You figure it out.
Well, this is a show business. It's a bit of show business.
You know what?
Very excited. But this is
Mr.
the
Mayor,
matter of the law.
let me take the stage as a veteran here. Move us up.
Roll a persuasion check to let him. He's not allowing. The guards are not allowing anybody on the stage, so you have to persuade him. You have advantage from 2 of
Roll a
them.
nat 20.
Ooh, excuse me.
And then a 7.
So,
Okay. The mayor lets you onto the stage.
thank you. Hello, everybody.
He helps you. He helps you up. He says, "Oh, come, please.
Thank you.
Beautiful age.
Here,
Please,
here.
please.
We talk later at the Pig and Whistle or whatever it's called. I give you some notes. I have notes for you because this is not the improvement I want to be seeing. You've had hours.
What is the decision? The ladies have been waiting for the.
Are they there?
Yes, so they are all tied up. Elizabeth, Matilda, Isabel are tied to posts up on the stage.
Investigation team, up.
Sure. Before we give our answer, I'd like to say that I think all of you are absolutely disgraceful. I think all of you are absolutely sickening, each of you making a sport of wanting the women to be hanged. We understand that you're all quite troubled by the children, but it is odd that each of you takes such pleasure in one of your own dying.
Roll a persuasion check before, and then please continue because I want to hear what you're going to say, but I want to know how well you do this.
All right. Do I have any cool advantages?
You do, from John G. Men 5.
Perfect. Thank you, John. Okay, so I will admit, it isn't my best skill. What can you do with 12?
So what's happening is normally your shouting would get caught in the din of what's happening here. You wouldn't be able to, no one would be able to hear you, but you do catch the attention of several groups of people who do quiet down, and it does kind of cause a ripple effect, but there is still shouting over what you're saying, but please continue.
I don't think that we should be up here saying, well, which woman gets hanged today? Who's it going to be? Maybe first, we should actually talk about the mayor.
What? Oh, the mayor! What are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? I'm the mayor. I bet nothing about this. These witches are on trial.
It seems like he's deflecting a lot of attention onto the witches, maybe to distract from something.
Oh,
How does the mayor's skins look?
The mayor's skin?
Yeah.
He seems to have returned to normal by now.
But he's aging.
Oh, as in like his actual skin? Yeah, he's like in his 50s.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
okay.
got the natural, like, droopage of anyone.
Nothing
who's
like notably like.
not wearing
Saying he's
sunscreen.
benefiting from it plenty.
What evidence do you have against me? You did not find any evidence against anybody else in this town in your investigating.
We just
First off, we need to talk about your breath support. Secondly, yes, we ask questions. We're not just blindly accusing you. We're professional detectives.
So, who is it? Is it Elizabeth? Is it Matilda? Is it Isabel?
Before we get to that part, we have questions for you, Mr. Mayor. To answer in front of your town.
Question the mayor. Question the mayor. Question the mayor. Did the mayor
Question the mayor. Whoa, they catch on to you. Oh, yes, let's question the mayor. What's wrong with the mayor?
Actually, Isabel, would you tell us? Would you tell us what's wrong with the mayor?
The crowd quiets because none of the women have really been saying much up until this point. And Isabel says, well, I can say that I do happen to know that the mayor has not been quite faithful to his wife, Gilda. He seems to have a taste for, different flesh than that of his own wife. The crowd is loving this.
Okay,
This is the drama they live for.
Elizabeth, pay
Sucks.
attention to how to be an interesting person.
Just like the drama.
This is exactly my note. Okay. Isabel,
Yes.
are you saying, to lay it out for the townspeople, that the mayor and you had relations?
Yes. The mayor and I had relations. So what? Collective gasps from the crowd.
I'd like to point out, actually, just first and foremost, we're not holding the woman responsible for the affair part of this. First of all, the mayor's in a position of power that we have to investigate and discuss internally. Second of all, he's the one who made a pledge to his wife, not her. So on this front of it, I really think you should be looking and oohing at the mayor.
What?
She promised nothing to your wife, sir.
Preposterous! I am faithful to my wife, Gilda. Gilda, please, baby, darling, please don't go, please don't go.
Gilda's,
Oh man, I can't believe it.
Okay, Okay, second not actually doing this on the public stage. A little insensitive.
Gilda's rushing away back to her home.
Sorry, Gilda, we really are new to the investigation on a stage thing that was not ideal.
Sensitivity's not my strong suit.
Didn't know you were in the audience.
The witch has bewitched you. The witch has bewitched you all.
She gets you first.
Oh, you are all witches. You have come into this town. You are the witches. You are.
We are not
the
witches. I pulled this out of her pocket.
Ah!
We have found. Okay.
And that actually looks a little suspicious.
My execution of that was poor.
Is it right?
But this is evidence that I bring you that we're not witches, and I realize the way I'm presenting it appears that we are witches.
It's not us.
And honestly,
Witch.
But Jeeves, where's the boy?
Jarvis.
Yes.
I don't think that was his name either.
Jarvis is among the guard that is guarding the stage. Yes, what is it? Limp. He's winking at you.
Okay.
Hurt my foot.
Jarvin. Jasper.
Jarvin.
Okay.
Oh, my foot.
You saw what we saw just now, right?
Yes.
No, wasn't that?
Was it the other boy?
Wasn't it Daniel or whatever?
Dalvin?
Dwaylen.
Dwaylen saw the little lab.
Right?
Well, my name's not Dwaylen. I'm Jarvis. You want Dwaylen?
Yeah, we want Dwaylen.
Ladies, I'm gonna say it again. Getting old is hard, and I really thought that was the same boy.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone in this town, so boring. It's not you.
I'm Dwaylen.
Okay.
I'm Dwaylen.
And Dwaylen pops up very close to Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. I just
See,
wanted
it's
to
the
tell you
boys in
that
this
I love
town.
you.
They need a
I
personality.
love you, Elizabeth. What is it? How can I
Honestly,
help
that
you?
is the couple made.
I
Like the
did-
match made in heaven, the most boring wedding you ever go to.
I saw the
wedding.
dungeon of Elizabeth. It's her. She's the witch.
wait.
Isabel.
Isabel. It's Isabel. Not Elizabeth. I'm in love with Elizabeth.
We have proof. We brought toys.
Yeah.
What is it then? What? Isabel is the witch then.
Isabel has been infecting the toys and giving them to the children. It seems to be sapping the youth of the children and harming them with a powerful cast of necromancy, and I believe that might be what's keeping her youthful.
And I want all the women to understand this is not natural.
These are unrealistic beauty standards,
Yes, thank
right?
you. It's very important.
Why? You get kind of questioning murmurs from the crowd. They don't really know what to believe because they've heard now that you've accused Isabel of being a witch. They've heard that you accused the mayor of having a salacious affair, and now they've heard you say that Isabel is sapping the children's energy somehow for her necromancy.
Look at the crow's feet on those children. It's unnatural.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So burn the witch. Hang Isabel. Hang Isabel. Hang Isabel. Hang Isabel.
This was not the conclusion that we, again, with the execution, were new.
Reggie, you've done a stint on a couple of procedurals. What do you think we should do?
All right. Well, I was on an episode of Witch's Vice, and I have to say, we had a scenario similar to this one. First off, I think Isabel should speak for herself.
Oh, Isabel. Speak.
That sounds like they're cheering her on.
So Isabel. All right. Well, this doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So, yes, I admit it. I am so beautiful because I have been sapping the energy from your children, and I will say, many of you have benefited from this. There has been many an eye turned towards me, so I don't want to hear it from you in the crowd that this shouldn't be done, because don't you try to flirt with me based on how I look and then punish me for how I get it done. You all, I see, have broken into my home.
Well, we didn't really break in.
We're investigators.
You also told us that we could.
I most certainly
Did actually, yeah, we had a war.
You said I could have some of your clothes, and so I took some.
And you probably didn't think that we would find the secret hatch from the upstairs that goes down into the basement through your smart book.
Through the smart book.
The smart book was a nice play, though.
You know what? I didn't. But when I did think about it, I thought, maybe
you all could benefit from the same thing that I've been benefiting from. Who
Face
doesn't
cream?
want to taste
We're
those
already-
face creams?
We're already
Imbued.
super hot.
Oh, well then I can't use those face.
Those face creams are imbued with the innocence of young children.
Called it.
Yes, so those cold creams, all of those oils you saw in my bedroom, yes, all of those imbued with the youth. And they'll be fine. Sure, they're bedridden right now, but they'll be fine because I can't go killing my source now, can I? I know they're going to be revived soon and everything will be fine. So what is it? Do you burn the witch? Or do you partake? And I send you off with a bit of creams. And we make our merry way on.
Is the whole
P.S.
town
This
hearing this?
feels like a pyramid scheme of some sort.
Right? Counter offer. What if you put the children back the way that they were, and then maybe we could get, grant you some sort of like clemency for at least like trying to fix it. Also, while you're doing the children, you might want to do the barbecue pit. No reason.
We just felt like it was suspicious. It wasn't us.
It wasn't us. Someone else did that.
So you're saying that if I could put the children right, you might take some of my creams and sell them throughout the rest?
No. We are not going to do the Mary Kay of witchcraft, okay?
But if we're on the bottom floor,
No,
I can make a lot of money.
If you take my creams with you and then you sell them to others, then you will make a commission off of the creams.
I don't think I'm interested in girl bossing that close to the sun.
Do we have to throw parties?
Technically, you make money when you're at the top.
You will be at the very top of this. I mean, I will be at the very top, but you'll be the second toppest of this.
I don't think I'm really ready for the responsibility of owning my own business.
Well, you could go under me. I could be your superior, and then...
If we're just our own tiny pyramid, I think we already have something pretty good going on.
Oh no! And honestly, it wouldn't take any work at all. You sell on to the next few, and then they will do all the work for you. And you
Is the whole town hearing this conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole town is just slack-jawed.
Well, should we ask everybody if they want to buy cream?
No, because then you're doing it. See, that's the thing. You're doing the thing she wants.
You just said we were good.
All right,
I said I don't want a girl boss that close to the sun. I do not want to.
We could be magical liniment managers. We could call it an MLM.
I love that.
The branding is quite
clever.
There's a means of productions issue.
Ladies, you know what? This is a predatory business model based on women who aren't able to be bosses themselves because historically men have been in charge, okay? And I think maybe we're getting sucked in.
I agree. I think they're preying on that.
About the children who are imminently suffering.
Yes,
Okay,
we should.
I do not like cats.
We are.
You don't have to like them to not want them to bleed from the eyes.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. You let me go.
No.
And I will stop my necromancy magic and revive the children, and I will take my business elsewhere and not bother this town again.
Do we do like a persuasion check? No.
And to be clear, we don't like
want
this
to?
town. It's not about go and make some other children's eyes
do it at
bleed.
all.
If you're gonna do it anyway, honestly, this might be
this.
it. This
Put
town
the town
sucks.
out of their misery.
All right, sweethearts, we still are on stage in front of the town.
Right.
And we've already messed up quite largely with
I'm
our
just saying, you all
etiquette.
kind of suck.
We have a witchy cackle from Kool-Aid.
All right. I think we need to reverse the order of that. I think first you need to reverse the necromancy and then we talk.
I'm afraid I can't do that with my hands tied behind my back.
What if they were tied in front of you?
What would you need?
I'm just saying there's
Vyra,
options.
you have a monologue. From Obi.
Great. Well, coming back to the fantasy MLM. Now, look, I'm just saying, is this something that you've already been doing? You're clearly at the top of some kind of pyramid, and if at the end of the day this was just about profit, and this was just about feeling some kind of ownership, the real ownership comes from the means of production, and if you're the only one that's sapping things out of children, then no one's really benefiting from it. I'm not saying that we want to sap things from children, but at the end of the day, if I'm going to take the effervescence of a child and I'm going to distribute it, I should do it myself. I don't think I'm going to take it from somebody else. And you're preying on people's need to have some sort of control over their lives, and I think that's deeply inappropriate, which means you can't go free. Not just because you harmed a bunch of children, but also because you're a little bit of a skeezy scam artist.
So wise.
I don't want to say snake oil sales, but to offend you, but you know.
Fair, you give us a bad name.
Okay, it seems we have reached our decision then. We are to hang Isabel!
No one said that.
Hang Isabel! He's trying to start the chant, hang Isabel, and people are like, hang Isabel, hang pyramid scheme, MLM.
I do not think that's going viral.
So I'm gonna hurt the mayor.
Hang Isabel! Hang Isabel!
Mr.
Hang
Mayor.
Isabel! And the guards start to march their way onto the stage, and they untie Elizabeth, they untie Matilda, and they're taking those two women away, and they're starting to bring Isabel to
Can I spit a little
the
poison
center
at the
stage.
mayor as a treat?
We have to stop this because she does have to save the children. We
Yes,
can't hang her.
Yes.
We can stop this hanging.
Yes. That.
And did everybody hear that? We can't hang her yet because the children will not be restored with her deceased.
What if you kill the witch? Then the children will come back.
It's
Kill the witch,
unfortunately
children back.
not
Kill
how
the witch,
magic
children
works.
back.
Oh my gosh, bless. That's not how that works.
This is a sweet town, but we've seen things.
The guards are taking Isabel to the center of the
Okay.
stage too.
Okay, fine. Let the children bleed. Oh, right, you don't like that idea. How interesting. Now that you've been faced with your own logic, you don't like it. How interesting. It's weird. It's almost like when you're faced with the consequences of your actions, suddenly it's a problem.
I'm going to mage hand over to the guards and just start, like, between the two of them, just, like, tousling their hair and tickling their noses and trying to get them to let go of Isabel.
What?
My mage hand is just, like, kind of, like,
Getting handsy.
Okay.
Appropriately.
Roll a sleight of hand check. You have advantage from Welcome Back, Katie.
I love it when you do that.
Okay, wait, I have advantage?
Yes.
From, okay, you just said it, thank you. Okay, sleight of hand. I think we got it. We will see.
Is this advantage from your baby?
Aww, my baby. He's so cute. Sleight of hand. Oh wow, I got good sleight of hand. So 24.
Ooh.
Okay, with a 24, you are able to tickle the guards into being distracted from Isabel. And when Isabel is completely surrounded by the guards, they're all very tall, and you can't see her anymore. But they start to kind of. What's that? Who grabbed my butt? What is that? I didn't tell somebody. I was on that.
A little fresh.
And when
He's
they
an old showman.
disperse, Elizabeth is gone. And the children. God,
Isabel.
sorry, Isabel.
I was like, where did Elizabeth go?
Oh no!
Honestly, you thought she was gone because she's so boring, but she's right there. She's
Just
been
like
there the whole
Anne
time.
in
Right,
Arrested
plan?
Development.
Yeah, she's put an egg on Anne's nose.
Isabel is gone, and the children in the crowd start to
Oh no.
In like
Maybe she's
levitate
fixing them.
into the air, their necks twitching, and there are 3 purple orbs that rise up from the crowd, and you can see the threads of necromancy connecting the orbs to the children.
I'll be honest, gang, I think we lift this one.
No, well, there's still a little bit of hope.
The crowd gasps. They're screaming. The children! People are trying to reach up and grab the children, but it's as though they're hung by thousands of strings, completely racked back like this, and it's mayhem. It's absolute chaos. The mayor is running away because he's not good with confrontation.
Can I trip him?
The guards are dispersing into the crowd, and you all are standing with eyes wide open in a semicircle on the top of this platform, looking at the scene that has just occurred. No sight of Isabel. And this will have to be an adventure that is to be continued.
Oops. Yeah, we whiffed it.
Should we go to the tavern then?
I think we should go into an MLM because we're really bad investigators.
Never would investigate.
To be continued. You left this village with some major chaos to deal with, and you did a fantastic job. Thank you so much, everybody.
I changed my accent like 5 times.
I think you nailed it.
Thank you, everybody, who donated to the stream today. It was amazing, and it was a lot of fun rolling with all of those wild magic, surges, and monologues. I believe we did get everybody's. We do have a couple of advantages, especially for me, that are going to roll over to the next episode. And we do have one more Witch's Cackle from That's No Moon Prism. Thank
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, we are going to do our last part of the show, which is every week we read out the names of our lovely Patreon supporters, and we do so with a strange theme. So if you wouldn't mind partaking with me, I will explain. Yes.
All right.
Everybody have one? Okay. Morgan. Little kitty boy.
Cat boy. Baby cat
I
boy.
keep saying like baby kitty because that's Brick's pet's name. What is the theme for Team Cosmos?
Ooh.
Team of Cosmos is... Oh, this is the only one you sent me. Okay. It is a sommelier at a fine dining restaurant explaining the notes and subtleties of different wines. So you two know how to play this game, so let's us three start, and you guys can jump in as you see fit.
Madam, may I offer you some wine? We have some amazing Down to Clown. It's from 1996, and it's, well...
Abracadabra.
Yes. Oh, honey, don't use that kind of language here in a fine dining restaurant.
Well,
don't bring tiny misfortunes to the rest of our dining experience here, Martyfield. We're not fancy.
Sorry, but the gorpin played on my tongue from this wine.
Do you taste and smell the notes of Lincoln Break?
I think I'm nuts, but I'm kind of getting some like chocolatey notes and some fresh grass.
Believe me, this is just the gateway guide to much better wine.
The gateway guy, that's what I call my tongue, which is where the wine is.
Honey, don't talk about that in a fine establishment.
What? It's the gateway to my
honey,
heart.
I know. It's
a
gateway to your heart. Okay.
Shall I ring you up for one case?
What's the case? Is the case like a bottle? Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, thank you, Team Cosmos. And for Team Nature, we are reading this as out-of-touch parents who are reacting to trick-or-treaters and having no idea what they're dressed as.
Oh, happy Halloween! Look at you! Oh, you got a little... Oh, you're yellow and you got a little overalls on, or you little...
Oh, honey, who's at the door?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, my goodness!
Looks like
What are you?
Science.
I have a beaker bar. I'm a chicken.
Oh my.
Oh, come here. Hold on. It's little ones. Let me give you some little kitty squitches. Come here. Give me those cheeks.
Oh, look at this one. You must be the ghost of my past decisions.
Look, it's the Gold family. Oh, I'm so glad you made it.
From that Lord of the Rings show, right? Or the Fender Elf?
Yes, I'm an elf. I'm an elf Fender elf.
Oh, well, here's a little candy for you. There you go.
Oh, thank you. That's a big candy. Oh, this looks like the packaging is from the Dungeon Speedrun. That's my favorite show.
Oh, and look at this one. Oh, looks like you were in a shipwreck, but that's a really festive life preserver. Oh, that's really good. That's just spooky. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and what's your sister for Halloween? A lesbian?
Oh, boy.
I think that she's a braver.
Oh,
what now?
Yes, I think she
You could be
is.
both.
Yeah. Sometimes I can be a little dim-witted, and I don't really understand what the kids are doing.
Know what we always say? We say, that's just Jules. Oh, there you go.
I'm an angel and a devilson.
Sort of a crossover. That's really nice. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, honey, look, honey.
Oh, it's the
Ghostbusters Quick Response Unit. You take all the candy.
They get all the candy. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Before we leave, I want to go around the table and have everybody reintroduce themselves and let us know where you can find them on the internet. So actually, let's go in the opposite order this time, starting with, I think it went around this way.
Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Cate Osborn. I go by Katieosaurus on all the social medias. I have a podcast. It's called Katie and Eric's Infinite Quest. We talk about ADHD, and we sometimes play Dungeons and Dragons. And for more information, you can go to katieosaurus.com. I'm just gonna keep doing this.
And you guys, you have a murder mystery
company. Well,
Virginia.
that's a backstage thing.
Okay.
My husband and I own a murder mystery company. Not a lot of people know that, but
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Hello, I love you.
Hello, I love you too. I'm Kari Cartwright. You can find me on Instagram at just a little KLC, and that's it.
You're here on the dungeon run.
Oh yeah, I'm on the dungeon run every Wednesday.
What's that other thing you do every week?
Oh, was I didn't. Okay. Yep. Yay!
Hi, I'm Katie Michels. I used to be on the Dungeon Run, but I'm not on it right now. But I'm super happy to be back. I'm a human woman. You can find me online at the Katie Michels, no A in Michels, on all of the platforms. Michels.
I guess that's me. Hi, I'm Saige Ryan. I go by Not Saige everywhere on the internet or at twitch.tv/Pixel Circus. You can see me playing all kinds of tabletop games, including a Call of Cthulhu game that I'm running this Sunday. It's my first time being a lore keeper for Call of Cthulhu, and I'm terrified, and I'm hoping my players will be more terrified.
Do you want some baby doll heads to bring with you?
I would love some. Yes, thank you.
We have so many. And Lindsey?
I'm Lindsey Reckis. You can find me on Reckless Comedy on YouTube. We do scripted sketch comedy, and also we have a channel called Reckless Roleplay where we're learning to play D&D. This is like my second time playing it.
And you did great.
But you can come watch us learn and play D&D and other games like that.
Yay! And Jess.
And me, hello. Thank you so much for being here for my first on-camera DM experience. I had such a great time. You can find me all the time on Reckless Comedy, where
and
I'm
at 323.
I'm just kidding. I'm always live streaming on Reckless Comedy, and you can follow me at Jessica Lynn Parsons on Instagram.
Yay!
I think that's it. Baby boy kitty cat. Do we have anything else that we want to say before we let off?
We raised over $2,300.
That's awesome! Yay! Thank you. All right, thank you everybody. And
Make sure they heard that, I guess, because I'm off camera. But
we raised over $2,300 for the.
You did it!
And if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know what you thought of the show in the comments. And if you're here on Twitch, we appreciate you making it live. And we have interactivity every single show. You can affect the game live as you're watching. We have forces of nature and forces of cosmos that are kind of like Hunger Games type interactivity. They get dropped down into the world. And of course, I'm not the normal DM. We usually have 2 dungeon masters who create this world together, and we return. I'm sorry. We return to our adventure next week for a very special Halloween episode where we're all casual cosplaying as our characters. I play a half elephant woman, so we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah. All right, everybody. As we always say, humankind,
be both.
Bye.
Bye.
One step and then another. Blessed are those who wander, branching, reaching. Depths of the forest are calling. The well-worn path will end before the journey has begun. Eyes to the sky, and you might find your way. Let fear ignite a light and shine another light today.